Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You're watching the ESEL mlbb out here. It's the glorious Sunday, and we have the Fast Cups on Sunday hopping right up in front of us. We'll have two best of three semi-finals, and we will move on with the winners moving into that best of three grand finals. And we talk about moving towards the best. We've got the man right on this desk, Synchro, my guy. How are you doing?
I'm pretty fine. I'm pretty fine. I'm very happy to be here, to get the chance to be here. I'm very happy that you're here as well, and I'm very looking forward to cast with you again, my friends.
And it's gonna be super fun. Yes, it's I feel the exact same way with you as well, right? Because it's been such a long time since we've both been on the very same desk. And what better stage than the ESEL Fast Cup here? Specifically these semifinals, right? We've got four teams in front of us. We've got Unix taking on Protocol Omega. We've got White Army taking on Nizni Mincy. I know I kind of Milincy. I butchered that name, but yeah, we're gonna call them NM here. Uh, I apologize for my Ukrainian pronunciation, Synchro. Don't kill me for that one.
But I think it's much easier to say to just say NM. I think it's a
NM,
bit too
yeah.
hard to speak it out, so we're just calling it NM.
Yeah, we're gonna be focusing on that only out here. We've got White Army taking on NM. I know, don't get confused, people. It was just a test for you. We wanted to see if you guys have been paying attention, right? Because we know these teams and their journey, right? Synchro, talk to me about them a bit because Unix is a team that fought against fallen angels, and I know you do remember this team which we previously saw.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, both teams are pretty good. I expect pretty much from them, actually. I hope it will be. I mean, we're watching a best of threes, and I hope it will be also best of three and not like two games, two fast games. I hope this will today like a grateful final. I hope this will be long games. I hope this will be like everything depends on it. Everyone wants to win, and I want to see this. I want to see everyone trying to win. I want to see everyone giving their
Yeah,
best. But let's start immediately with the draft.
absolutely. We're already hopping in out here in the draft, ladies and gentlemen. I believe it's White Army who will be on that blue side, taking on NM onto that red side out here. We got Hidden Pool Casual, Zigfree, Zigfreeze, Celestia, Eternal CC, Naka, while on the other side, Linux, Lil Rayvik, L9 Ghost, Realize, and Victor. We've seen some of these names as well previously, and we know how they like to play, what their favorite playstyle is versus how they're going to focus down on here right now. Synchro, talk to me about the draft, the mage ban. I think so. We've been seeing this exact same stagnant meta since a very long time now.
Yeah, I need to say the Eve ban first ban is like needed if you want to play for Zuxian. So the Zuxian ban from the red side was needed because if you ban Eve and leave Zuxian open, you have some problems in your mind, in my opinion. Because Eve is the best counter for Zuxian. So it was, in my opinion, it was pretty sure after the Eve ban that they will ban Zuxian. The Leomord ban, we all see him in the last few days. We all saw him this season, how strong he is, how big of a threat he can be. I mean, if he gets his farm, he's tanky, he has the damage. So, in my opinion, a very worth ban. But still, I need to say, I'm
Mhm.
pretty excited for what they're going to play. Because I only know a few of the people, I only know what some of the people will play or can play, but not everyone. So I'm very excited of what kind of drafts they will go for.
That's one of the big things, right? With the Leo mod ban as well as the Hilda ban, you know that you don't want that early game aggression into the jungle. So this could be the idea where NM might want to go in for some kind of late game jungler as well, right? Maybe you want to try and prioritize something like the Hayabusa later into the draft. I just want to deny that pick for the side of White Army. The Valentina ban, now this leaves room open for picks like some of those pocket picks, like even the Sora.
Yes, for sure. I definitely like the Valentina pick. Ban, sorry, my bad. After the ban, you
Mhm.
have to ban Sora. As we just saw, you have to ban Sora because Valentina is the biggest counter, in my opinion, for Sora. And now, but now they got Freya open, and that's also pretty good. So they baited out the Sora ban, so they can't ban the Freya and easily get the Freya. And from the side, that's what I wanted to say after the Hilda ban, but you talked, which is completely fine. They banned Hilda, but in my opinion, people or heroes like Grok, like Gato maybe even, are like a few better bans than like a Hilda. I don't know what heroes White Army is going to play or wants to play, but in my opinion, like Grok is much more worth to ban.
I kind of agree as well, right? I think so. I'm more onto that Grok army as well, where you just simply ban him out and don't allow the other side to pick it up because the amount of poke that this dude has and the tankiness, especially against the physical damage, it just gets annoyingly hard to deal with him. I
Yeah,
was
not
also
even that.
thinking something along the lines of the Baxia though, since it was left open, but both of them have locked their junglers.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, like Bakshia, Fredrin, all of these heroes are able to get countered, you know? So I think they are not that big of a threat, but Freya, she's unstoppable right now. Same for Leomord, Sora, Zuxin, and Eve. All of these are very great
Yeah.
heroes. And in my opinion, especially why you should ban the Grok, I mean, we see like not like last season, but this season I see so many people going in with the flicker for the first skill, not even with the ultimate, but flicker first skill and then ultimate, which is completely menace for every enemy team. So I really would have liked to see the Grok ban over here.
Yeah, because you simply that's one of the most easiest combination to pull out here, right? We've seen some funny grog flicker ultimates missing every single person and then not landing at the right place. But with flicker skill one, you do not make that kind of mistake. So I do like it. And on the back of it,
Yeah,
now you also ban the Kalia. So you give away or rather steal away that pick off opportunity, which you can technically get if you want to play against that Grok. I am liking what NM are trying to do and maybe ban away the Gato Gacha as well for this one. But they want to triple down onto this mage.
yeah, for sure. I really like the Zetian man. Especially for myself, I see Zetian so many times in scrims, in tournaments, in rank. It's right now very great hero. She can counter people like Faza. We just see it. She's very good against the Faza. She's very good. She has the team fight. She has the ultimate, which is so completely good. But Esme ban also worth ban. Carry ban also pretty good ban. Both of these heroes are like very strong heroes. I mean, especially an Esmeralda against Freya. But let's just go for the draft and not only about the bans. We see the Freya, we see the Hayabusa, Yuzong, Kimi, and Shu. What you think about this draft?
Again, I like the idea of the Cho as well because if not for the Kalia, Cho gives you the exact same thing with the Way of the Dragon. The only problem is that it can be interrupted midway, and now you're looking for that kind of interruption. But it's the gold lane, right? So you don't really have that opportunity. Maybe land in a Claude this time since the carry has been banned out. But against Afra, it's going to be difficult to pull out a Claude. Ah, all right.
I
Interesting. I
just
like this. They go for that double fighter with the ruby into that gold.
I just wanted to say it, but you you continued speaking, which is completely fine. I really would have liked more like a pick like Ruby or CC on the gold lane over here, because I think they already have good damage with YSS and Faza, and they have the engage with Grok. Now they have even more stun and engage with the Ruby, so they have a really great team comp. I mean, from the side of White Army, in my opinion, they have good damage for sure, but maybe they lack a bit on the defense because they have a Chu who has one good skill, his ultimate, and after it, he's a bit useless. Not completely useless. He has still his first skill with the stun, but he has not the worth like he had with his ultimate, you know. But the most
I
important
agree.
question: which draft do you like more?
And here's the thing I'm going to answer that question right in the second, ladies and gentlemen, as we move right into the first Land of Dawn event here. We are watching the ESEL Fast Cup. It's the Sunday evening, and we have got a game in front of us the semi-finals between White Army taking on NM. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, though. I personally feel NM have actually got that better when end of the draft. Yes, the Kimicho is going to have that advantage in the mid lane, but apart from that, when it comes to team fight, I think so NM they will have a big advantage.
Yeah, for sure. I'm completely agree with you. NM
Oh,
has like hu- that was almost the
hold on.
first kill.
Absolutely, my goodness, Celestia surviving by the skin of his teeth right there. I almost thought he's going to be taken down now. Yes, hopping back to the same point, Synchro.
this cost her a lot of time right now. This actually cost a lot of time. And Hayabusa can take now the advantage to go for the enemy jungle and take their jungle. Maybe also invade the blue. We will see. I don't think so. I think, yeah, okay, he's going back to his farm, but he already got one creep off the enemy side, and Celestia just wasted too much time while she got poked over there. But
One of the big
to go
things
back,
is that now Celestia, yeah, he'll have to go back up on top to get that level 4.
yeah, for sure. I mean, she misses already one jungle creep, which is not very good for her actually, or him. But it's
Yeah,
still,
Lil Rebic, no way for him to survive. A good flicker into the Don't Run Wolf's King and big pick off coming in with that level 4 being achieved as well by Celestia. And the turtle's going to be up in the next 5.
yeah. And to come back to the point from before, I need to say, I guess by play, I think White Army has the better chance to win. But in the team fight, I completely need to go with NM. I think they have the much better team
So
fight composition.
I agree.
And
They look pretty strong with that rock.
yeah, for sure. I mean, we need to see because right now what we can see is they're already over leveled. Like they got already the level advantage. Almost every role has one level higher than their enemies for the side of White Army, and that's something very good actually. I mean, they already got the advantage, and I really, what a flicker.
Huh? Yeah, Linux, that is unfortunate. He just hopped in and eventually got taken down out of the back line. Eternal CC standing up to his name. Just surviving the onslaught of Victor, though it was a 1-for-1 trade, a roamer for a jungler, so White Army will be happy.
It's hard. It's hard. I I really want to go for NM, but I feel like White Army is playing it better. They focusing more on the objectives.
Oh!
How did he survive this?
I, I, I don't know. I believe the tower shot was just resetted, so it did not deal enough damage to him, maybe? But he was not supposed to survive there, Victor.
Yeah, the
Barely
tower shot.
breathing.
The tower shot seems like like it didn't make any damage. But
It seems
as
like
I just mentioned, I think White Army is like playing it a bit better. They focusing more on the objectives. They already went for the early invade. So, but maybe NM will surprise us and will play it out very good.
yeah, maybe because this play could be that surprise. Flicker being forced out of Lil Rabic as well. While Eternal CC, just make sure to bombard the Go Crab there up top. They almost wanted to make that play, but now Lil Rebic will not have the flicker up for the next turtle fight. So that is still a macro win. Linux, look at his position. Eternal CC could eventually be caught as well with the way of the dragon. With that, the tectonic charge to almost save his life, but it did not matter. Backline jeopardized as Zikriz instantly takes that trade too, but it still is a 2-for-1.
It was very great. I actually need to say all of it was great. Chu engage was great. Grog engage was great. I like this play. I really like to watch this play actually. And here we see White Army got the second turtle already. I mean, it's two turtles ahead. They have 1k gold lead already. And I mean, it seems not like much, but it's still, after 4 minutes, it's still already 1k gold lead. Almost 1.5. So maybe they can build it up much more.
And I agree. If that gold lead builds up a little bit more, things are going to be even more difficult, especially for Eternal CC, considering most of that gold is going to go in the hands of Victor. So he will have that burst damage onto that Farsa. Already hitting that level 9. Also focusing down on his own jungle. Zigfriz is 1 level, make it 2 levels behind the Yu Jong. That is big. That's some massive problems for their side. And so is the same thing up top. Valkyrie's descent used up just for Lil Rabic to survive by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, and what I can see over here, I mean, I said it before in the draft. Freya is a very huge menace, a very strong hero, but in this game she seems like getting outplayed so easily. I mean, but we need to say NM doesn't do it bad. They're doing it actually very good, and we're seeing here two teams, two very good teams facing against each other for the top place. So we will see today three best of threes, and when I see this already, I really like it. and I'm very excited for the rest of the day, actually.
The fact that they also prioritized a couple of dreadnought armors there as well. So you could see that I agree. It is a scenario where these two teams are going to go neck to neck against each other. My goodness, what an angle by Linux. Yeah, there's no way Hidden Pool is going to survive that as the backline is also being targeted. Simple zone out by Victor with the Oogie Shadow Kill not yet committed. Another knock up to cancel out the feathered airstrike, but maybe he went in a bit too deep. Take chance to stop him and shut him down. But how will you protect the back when it's Victor hopping in thanks to Lil Rebig? Naka, the only man who's up and ready, will have to flicker out, but he can't go anywhere. Between the tier 2 and inhib is where he falls as the third turtle. Should also go for White Army.
It will definitely go for White Army. I think there is no chance. There is actually no chance for NM to go for the turtle and take it away from White Army. I mean, we see White Army right now already with 4k gold lead. Very good. They have the turret lead. They have the XP lead. They have everything. Right now they have everything. And it will be, in my opinion, it will be pretty hard for NM to come back into this game. I mean, we saw what White Army is able to do. We just saw it right now. They did it so much better in a team fight. But let's see ahead how it will come out.
With the amount of dive that there is in the side of White Army, I was expecting NM, especially Eternal CC, to potentially go with a Purify. You don't want to get caught in the way of the dragon, but I think so. Their game plan is for Hidden Pool Casual to be around that Farsa to stop Lanex from going in with that ult. None of that
Yeah,
is
but
happening right now, though, because again, they've got that double scaling core for themselves, the Yi Sunshin and the Bird.
what you just said it. I mean, Purify wouldn't be bad here, but I think what they thought, they have the Ruby, they have the Grok, so they have two heroes already who can cancel Yuzong, who can cancel it Shu. So maybe they thought they will be able to do it, but it doesn't seem like it right now. And in this game right now, I completely agree with you to go for Purify here.
Oh, down in the bottom lane as well, I think so. Because of that lack of Purify, now Eternal CC will fall back again. And a smart play from Realize, just hopping it out of the map as well to reset the tower. As now the aggro falls into the rest of the members, though out left in while is Linux. He still tries to run back, and he almost survived too with the last shot landing in thanks to Celestia, shutting him down. A 1-for-1 trade, but again, a roam for a mage. White Army will take that every single day.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. But we can definitely see here a bit of the gameplay difference in this game. I mean, White Army seems to play so much better as a team right now. They know what they are doing. They know when they can engage. They know when they can't engage. I mean, sure, there are some plays where your own team is dying, but in general, they're doing it good. They're doing it very good. They know when they can engage. They know how to engage. They know on when to focus. They know who to focus. So it's actually pretty good over there. And I really think the Turtle, the Things Rise of the Lords, will definitely go for the White Army.
Yeah, another Guardian's barrier being put up, but Linux doesn't really care about that. It is the broken wall, so he'll have a lot of opportunities on the back of it now. Celestia shut down instantly. An attempt to steal the turtle. He is now going to lead them on to their death as Eternal CC fall. You could see the prayer walking on your face. You couldn't do a thing as Make It a Maniac for L9 Ghost was being set up. Every single kill in his pocket, in the plate he's being served on. White Army, wipe out NM.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I can only say I'm speechless. I expected White Army to get the turtle, the Lord, but not to wipe out the whole team. They did it so good. But we need to say, NM, even with the gold lead from White Army, they tried to go over there. They tried to get the Lord. I mean, the Lord is a very useful, so they actually tried it. But with the gold lead, I wouldn't have tried it actually, because they just got wiped out. They completely got wiped out, and I really think it won't save them anymore. I think they will lighten the game now.
Yeah, I agree, because look at the backline. Yet again, another way of the dragon, and it's Lanex who falls the first one. But not without anything. The inhibitor has been taken down. A big tech charge to realize he still is there. This Black Dragon is still surviving. He's still sustaining as the Lord is healthy too. And we might see the end as well.
Yeah,
Zekris
this.
is trying desperately to clear out the minions, but it does not matter. They're both being taken down, and it is the Black Dragon to shut things out. We have got White Army as the winners for game number one.
Did you really expect this game to come out this fast, this easy?
I don't know, man. At this point, I just personally feel that it was not as much of a draft difference as much it was the execution of that draft. And the idea was nice, but again, Eternal CC not going with the Purify was a slight bit of problem. And then you had literally no one to actually hop onto the Kimmy on the other side. So L9 Ghost was literally free hitting everyone on this Kimmy.
Speechless. I'm very speechless. Congrats to White Army. They played it so well, so well. I mean, I actually felt
Yeah.
like NM had a chance with this draft. This draft was actually not bad. I mean, they had so much to
True.
engage, to stun, to see, but White Army didn't even let them do it. So I think the draft they had didn't even came out with their full potential. They could have been. So
Hmm.
for real, I'm very speechless about White Army. How grateful they played it.
That's one of the big things, right? The execution was flawless. They knew what they need to do with the Hayabusa. They knew they need to target Eternal CC on that Farsa, and it was all happening just way too easily because of the presence of that flicker. Yes, Eternal CC can flicker out, but if you're talking about mobility, Wings by Wings with a Purify seems like a better choice for me for him to run away, while the rest of the members can then potentially try and chase him down. But maybe he just wanted to be a little bit more comfortable with that flick out here. Now, as we swap the sides, people, we will have NM onto the blue, while White Army will be going in onto that red. So the bands are going to be swapping in. I think so this
But
time. NM should have that priority. The adjustments, yeah, instant grog ban.
yeah, I can just agree with that. The Grog ban is definitely here. But this time, and the Freya ban. I mean, both heroes, I think for White Army, they questioned why they even let it open because Freya had such good impact. I mean, even though she got outplayed in the early game, got killed 2 times, she had her use. She was so good. She played so good. I mean, how she engaged the fights. She always went for the low HP people, for the mid laner, for the jungler, and it was so good. She got out the objective people. She got out. She came for the objectives. She ganked, and that was so good. I really need to say again, White Army played it so good as a team. They did such a great teamwork, and I want to see it now in the second game as well. Because even though I
Yeah.
said I wanted to be a best of three, like with full three games, I may think that this will be already a last game in this best of three.
It could be possible if, in case, White Army are playing in the exact same manner in which they did in that previous one. So again, it's all going to go down in the hands of NM if they're able to pull themselves back, which is going to be tough if you ask me.
Yeah,
Let's be honest. I'm liking the way how they're banning it right now, stealing away the Grok, not giving them that, along with the Leo mod as well. They have a room open for the Baxia, maybe the Sora. Yeah, the Valen ban is going to force out the Sora ban on the other side. So you have got the possibility of even picking up an Eve.
yeah, but I need to say, Eve, in my opinion, isn't like that must pick mid laner right now. Because right now we have
I
still
agree.
mid laners like Lunox, we have Faza, we have Zetian, also pretty good mid laners. So I don't think that Eve is still like a priority pick. I mean, she's still very good. She can deal the damage. She can play
Mhm.
still very good, and she didn't get weaker. But in my opinion, now after the last season ended, she isn't like that priority pick anymore as she was before in the last season.
Hmm. And maybe you pick up the Baxia, since even that is left open right now.
And
And
especially
we know
because
how good
carry is
he
banned.
is into that jungle. Yeah, and also
Yeah.
carries man. Good call.
So right now it could be very good time for building like a tanky team. Maybe a Fredrin, Baksha, all of these heroes. And here we see the Sora. That's what I actually wanted to say, but I forgot about it right now. I think like White Army isn't scared of a Sora. I mean, Yuzong is also a pretty strong XP laner, so I think they are able to play Yuzong against the Sora.
Here's the big thing now. With the Eve being left open, it's going to be locked in instantly. And if in case NM decide to lock in the Baxia, this could end up being a really good draft over towards the end because it will force the side of White Army to ban out the Gato as well as the High Loss. Otherwise, that killbox slow composition will destroy the Yi Shin and the Mage, which they'd be looking to pick up. And now, since the Claude is also logged in, I think so these two beefy frontliners should come in for the side of NM in the second stage. Farsa, again, it's a range for a range, but I don't know if this was the best pick against a Claude.
Hard. I think Faza's high damage output, especially in the late game, in the mid to late game actually, she can one shot everyone. Even with level 4, she can one shot with one combo. She can easily take out all of these enemies. So I think they really need a proper tank right now for the side of NM to even engage on this Faza. If they play like they did last game, like MM, if they play like they did last game, I really think they will have a problem. They need to get up, wake up, and get their teamwork better than they did in the last game. Because White Army, if they play like in the last game, I completely go with their side, no matter what they're picking, even if they're picking a Zilong in right now. Because they played in their team so well, they did such a good teamwork that NN needs to wake up. They need to wake up and improve their team play over here in this next game. Because otherwise, it's
Yeah,
done for them in this game.
I agree. But
And
to be
here we
honest, I'm going to
see,
give a huge shout to, yeah, the Baxia band, right? I know Synchro, you wanted to talk about that. The Baxia and the Fredrin band. Seeing
yes,
such a kind of lineup on the side of an M right now with the Sora, Claude, as well as the Eve, everything was pretty clear. That is the jungle or tanky jungle that's going to be coming in. So they instantly ban both of them out and they pick up the Hylos too. Oh my god, what a read by White Army.
yeah, but if we want to go
And
for
I'm
a
on a
tanky
force for a
jungle,
Gato.
there's still some options left, like an Archive.
Panda. Panda and a Gato. Panda and a Gato. Those are the only two things I can see now.
Yeah, but Panda in combination with Gato, I don't know actually.
You cannot go any damage jungler right now.
Yeah,
Or maybe a
that would be
Gwyn
the
jungle?
problem. What?
I said it. I said it.
G- Genevieve. Genevieve is
No
a
way.
good pick.
No way. Thought so. A Gwyn jungle with a Gato. That is a nice one here. But Celestia will need to go full tanky route.
What do you think? I really want to know
CC.
if
CC
they're
or a
going
Ruby.
for okay. They need the damage here. They actually need the damage over here.
I think so. Go for a tanky route. CC or a Ruby.
No, 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 not here, not
Hmm.
here. They need the burst damage. They have
I think so.
enough.
I have enough for the Farsa and the Yisun Shin.
Yeah, but they already have enough front with Hylos and Yuzong. They already have enough front, so they needed to go for damage, especially for the late game,
All right, fair.
because Faza can't burst like Gato down. She can't burst him down. Sure, she deals good damage, but she can't burst him down. So they need a proper marksman who can burst him down. And we need to say Moskov
True,
is,
but
I don't know for which
hmm
season I want to go, but I never saw Moskov is like bad in the game. So I actually need to say Moskov is every time he is a decent marksman. So I really agree this pick, and I really want to see how White Army is playing it out right now. Because for me, again, I need to say the draft of NM I prefer it. I prefer the draft of NM instead of White Army. I mean, both drafts are very
Yeah,
good. I wouldn't say like
true.
one's a specialized winner, but for me, for my feeling, I prefer the draft of NM.
I don't know, man. Yeah, even at this point, I think that NM might have a slight bit of an edge, ladies and gentlemen, as we hop into the land of dawn for the second time. Could potentially be the last for NM if they do not win this one. If they do, we'll go in the game 3. But if they don't, this will be a 2-0 in favor of White Army. And they'll move to the grand finals. Let's see which one of them actually takes it away.
And the Leto goes definitely again for White Army. And that's pretty good because now
Yeah,
they
his.
already have the advantage of the jungle.
Ooh, I
And
kind of wanted to see the emblems. But we don't
yeah,
have that, I believe.
yeah, I actually don't know, but we're gonna see two gangs, one on the bot side, one on the top side. Let's let's see who make the better gang. Oof.
That was nice stun there.
That was
On
very
to,
good stun.
yeah, hidden pool casual, hopping in over towards the goal. The good thing is that he only missed out on the mage minion, right? He still is able to get that cannon, so the gold will go in back to him.
Yes,
And
but we
Zikriz,
can all
he knows he's not. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
we can also see right now they're trying to avoid the Yuzong from getting his farm. They freezing the lane and it's pretty hard. They already got the XP crab for the side of NM, so White Army needs to see right now because XP laner is already level 4 while Yuzong
Oh,
is still level.
wow. I think so. They
Wow!
do not care. Yeah,
Okay,
Zikris can have everything, but if he's chain CC'd, he can't run away just like the High Loss as he's being bursted down to Linux. Not
okay,
surviving. Last shot with the energy ball was enough to shut him down, but not without an answer. NF
you
instantly,
you
or White Army instantly take over the turtle.
you just didn't heard what I said right now about the Sora, okay?
Yeah, I did not. All right, no one heard that. It's okay, Synchro. I know that happens sometimes. Happens to the best of us. But hold on, Naka, he's low in the HP now. The stun should land up. Oh, line goes kind of wasted. Now with the feathered airstrike, though, he's not missing the mark. Bullseye says the Sparsa. Naka falls down. Oh, hold on. Oh my god, up in mid. Oh, you could call this a brawl, but in 3 different lanes as we are seeing the fight on every single front.
It's hard. I completely need to go again with White Army. They're playing it so much better. They're going now for the enemy blue buff, which they probably, and I hope they will get it. Yeah, they got it.
They
They got
will.
it. And we can already see that Victor is 1 to 2 levels almost ahead of Celestia, which is very good for the jungler, especially for the Retribution. I mean, he has now like 100 damage more on the Retri, and that's pretty good for them. He can use his Retri much faster, much earlier than Celestia can it.
Wow. L9 Ghost is also got the Purify right now. It doesn't even care about Naka. Almost catching Eternal CC on that Farsa. Now here's the big thing, right? There's a micro play that runs in with the high loss Farsa, and that is once Farsa lands in the bombardment, you can drop down the glorious pathway to slow every single one in her ultimate. So that's gonna give even more chances for L9 Ghost to hit those bombardments of the FAS. I absolutely like that play as well, which could happen up in the future, and NM will have to be wary about that.
Yeah, but it's this. It's actually right now. It's complete the same like in the last game. Everyone from White Army is 1 level higher. They already got again 2.5k gold lead. It seems actually the same like the last game. I think they will already get the second turtle.
Yeah,
I don't know if NM can go for it, but it doesn't seem so. It doesn't seem so. I think they
good
have not
zone.
much chance. The problem, in my opinion,
Let's just
for NM is
go ahead.
definitely the early game. They have heroes
True.
like Claude, Eve, which aren't like that
Oh,
strong in the early game, so they need need
oh,
to.
Shifting skies right now. Hold on a second. The Sora could be really useful in this early game now. Hops in as well with the ultimate to try and stun them down. But there's the SOD finally connected, taken up as well. A double coming in for Realize. Make it L9 as well, answering back. Down in the back, it's only Eternal CC and hidden. Hero Pool, who's a bit too ahead and not hidden anymore. Four of them fall for absolutely one, and that is the high loss. You don't care about high loss dying. This is a big macro win for White Army.
Yeah, but that's what a tank is for. I mean, tanks are are there. You need to use them. You use them to tank the turret damage if you want to tower dive someone. You use them to tank all the damage when you're going for the team fight. You use them to go for the engage and everything to protect you, to save you, to tank for you. So I think they don't care that Hylos died over there. It was very grateful. I mean, they almost got the team wipe. They took out four of them. They took the turrets now. They got now three turrets already. And I mean, I really don't think that Hylos
Wow.
cares about the death over there. I mean, we're playing here in tournament, and we doesn't play here for KDA. So I really think they doesn't care.
Exactly. That's one of the big things as well. Linux knows that he is the sacrificial lamb for his team, and look at where he is. Look at the amount of information this dude is providing to his team. He's seen everything down bot, so now Lil Raby can actually play a bit more aggressive as well, forcing out the entire ult. And guess what, Victor? Hops in at the last second now, and they will also steal away the orange buff. That's the second item out of the Trinity, which White Army have picked up. Lil Rabic in the entire blazing duet was able to just kite around, and now they're also going for the turtle as well. They're picking everything up in this game. White Army, Synchro, I'm going to call it. They've already won this game.
I completely agree with you. That's what I just said while we were in the draft. NM needs to wake up, or needs to play much better in the team. But to play against White Army, who are doing it so well, they're doing it so good, I doesn't think, even if they woke up, even if they played better in a team, that they had a chance to win against them right now. Because White Army right now is going for it. They really want to take the win. They want to take everything. And that's what we're seeing over here. They're playing so good
Oh
macro, they're
my
playing so
god.
good micro, and
Yeah, there's a micro as well with a glorious pathfin. Now they want to catch in some. The AOG connects onto L9, goes to the backline, but guess what? No one's there to follow him up. This Gato is left alone out in the open as well with the shifting skies. You hop into the ultimate, but there's no one to give you the backup. Eternal CC taken down first. Pasa catches the second. Now Zikriz was the man who was left alone. And you can call it a wipeout instantly. It is all going down for the side of NM as White Army are taking everything.
I didn't know if you saw it right now, but Moskov just sniped this Cloud out of his life. He did such good ultimate to kill this Cloud. It was so insane right now. But yeah, we can see it. They have already 10k gold lead after 8 minutes. I mean, we are just 8 minutes into the game, and there is a gold difference of 10k, which, in my opinion, is impossible for NM to come back from. We see only the inhibitor turrets are left. I need to say, I see black for NM in this game. I don't think they can come back to this. I really don't think. I mean, the Lord will definitely go now for White Army. I can't say that NM even have the slightest chance to go for the Lord to try to steal it. And especially if we see on the level difference. Everyone is 2 to 3 levels ahead. And if we go for the jungle level gap, it's 5 level. I mean, Yisan Shin is 5 levels ahead
Six.
of the Celestia. So, I don't know
I'll
what
tell
you
you
think,
one.
but there is no
Yeah,
coming back for NM.
I'll tell you one big thing, right? Normally, you judge a jungler based on. This is my thing, all right? And I am a very nerdy when it comes to this. I judge the performance of a jungler based on what level he is on the timer of the clock. Like if the clock is hitting 7 minutes mark, the jungler should be level 11 bare minimum. That means he's doing good. If he's on level 12, like that's timer plus 5. Hold on, we'll talk about that in a while though, because the backline seems to be out open. Naka alone left in an island, destroyed as well. Blazing Duet forced out on the other side. Hero, hidden hero pool. He can't do anything. You also drop down the RWM, but there's no one who can be taken down as there's a black dragon in front of you in the dragon form. And Victor, with the triple kill, will make sure that this base is also destroyed. White Army became your first grand finalist of the ESEL Fast Cup.
I didn't expect it to came out this fast actually, but as you just mentioned, when we go for it, this YSS after 8 minutes was on level 15, which is actually pretty insane to be on max level this fast. I mean, this shows some skill. It really
Yeah,
shows some skill. And that's what I
you can
just
just
called
look at
over
the
there. I think
items.
White Army is just better in micro and macro, and that's what we saw over here. We saw it 2 games in a row. We saw 2 games which doesn't even went for 12 minutes.
Yeah,
So,
that's.
I mean, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm just surprised over the fact that I'm gonna hop back onto that jungle point, right, Synchro, and then we'll continue with the conversation. If the clock hits 8 minutes mark and the jungler is on level 12, that is 8 plus 4, the jungler is doing good. If it's +5, that means if the jungler is level 13 when the clock hits 8 minute mark, that means that jungler is doing very good in that game. He's dominating, he's owning, he's doing his job perfectly, he's all around the map. This dude was going +6. The clock hit 7 minute mark, 7 minute and 22 seconds, and the Ascension was level 13. You know that this game is over once that happens.
I I I rarely see junglers who can make it that fast to level 15. I mean, you really need
Yes.
to be aware that you only get this if you get so many creeps, get the kills, get the minions, get actually everything in the game. So I'm very surprised of it actually. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it often that a jungler is this fast on such a high level, but this is insane gameplay. It was actually insane gameplay.
True. And if you think about it now, with them moving all the way up into that grand finals, also mean that Unix and Protocol and Mega would need to prepare in advance. We've seen the first semifinals, ladies and gentlemen, and this was an absolute domination from the side of White Army. Again, a huge shout out to NM as well for making it up till the semifinals. They definitely proved themselves to be one of the top four teams of the entire leaderboard right now. But once we're again talking about the same ESEL MLBB Fast Cup here, you know that you need to be really quick on your feet to end those games, to win those games, and move forward. Now, out here, we've got you next, Protocol Omega, two of the teams that we haven't seen a lot, but I want to talk a bit more about the players from Unix, right? Synchro, I know that we've seen Lager, who's the jungler of this team, play previously as well under a different roster, and I want to talk a bit more about him as to how good of the potential he had versus now with the new members that he's joining. Yukasa, you've got Painkiller, you've got Mako, and you've also got Suli. I want to see how much this man can grow himself.
Yeah, for sure. I can completely agree with you. I need to say I only know a few players of Next, uh, not from the enemy team, sadly, but Lega, especially on Search. What I saw from him, also such a great performance. So I'm really looking forward to cast these games, to watch these games, and can analyze it. And whoever wins, which I hope for my friend Lega that he will it be, I want to see in the finals. I want to see a very good
True.
final game over here. I want to see, especially
True.
after what we just saw in this best of three, I want to see a team who can go against White Army, who has the chance to beat them. You know, so I'm really looking
Hmm.
forward to see how good the next two teams are who are going to play, and especially who will be else in the finals instead of White Army and who will face White Army. I'm really looking forward to it.
True, because you either have you next or you also have Protocol Omega. And if you talk about one person who we've seen previously, that is Lager on one side, you also have Godzi on the other end too. A member of the previous roster of Fake Time, A few changes here and there. He is the roamer this time around, playing in for Protocol Omega. You've also got Hakuryu, Lucky, Kermit, and Pursuing Paradise. These are some new players which I I, I want to see what else they've got in their back pocket, how much you know they can gel up together with each other. Because with the performance that, as you rightfully mentioned, White Army showed, you really need to pull up your socks if in case you want to win the games that are going to be in front of you.
I need to say I know Kermit. Now, after you mentioned his name, I know him. And from what I know, he's also a very good player. So I don't think it will be like an easy game like it was before, like the game against
Yeah.
NM and White Army. I actually think this will be a much harder game for each of the teams to win. I think both of the teams have the same chance to win. So basically, we're going to see, hopefully, a good best of three. Maybe this time we will see all three matches instead of just two. But I'm still very looking forward to see it.
Yeah, exactly. Because as I said, Unext was a team that went up against Fallen Angels. They won against them too. And then in the quarterfinals, they went up against Team Mandatory Fun. I really hope they had their own fun as well. While Protocol Omega, if we talk about their journey, it was a bit of a different path. They faced Boars Gaming. They also faced Itami, Angels, all the way down towards the first few rounds. So I'd have to say some of these teams have got some players who've been playing this game for a pretty long time out in the region, right? So you know that Protocol Omega themselves are a pretty solid team too. But ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna keep on yapping over our podcast hours. We're gonna hop into this game instantly. You've got Unix onto the blue side taking on Protocol Omega on the red.
It's again, as we just mentioned in the first game, Eve ban, and immediately after there is the Zuxin ban. Impossible to leave Zuxin open when Eve is banned. It's impossible to leave her open.
Not the back of it
Damn,
now. mm, This
go ahead.
draft could potentially be dictated by Unix. Yeah, Synchro, go ahead.
It's Glotzy. As soon as I remember, he played for Glitch Code in Search, right?
Oh, yeah, it's glitch code. I agree. Yep. Was it glitch code or fake time? One of those
No,
two teams.
it was Glitch Code. It was Glitch Code. He played for Glitch Code.
All right, fair. Yeah.
A good Roma. If he's not playing Chu like he did with me today.
uh, right, I remember. For fake time, it was Gorinich.
For
Gorinich was the
Yeah, for
roamer of
fake
fake
time it
time
was
previously. Yeah,
Gorinich.
so Godzi was in the glitch code. I agree. Yeah, pretty solid dude, man. Onto that room, I must say. Don't give him the
I need.
gato. You give him the
Uh,
gato, he's gonna make your life hell.
he definitely surprised me in Search. Actually, I didn't thought he will came this far. He really surprised me. Not gonna lie.
With some good plays as well, you will have to show him the respect. Now, with that Esmeralda ban, I like how Unix are dictating the draft by their own side. They ban out the Eve to force a Jushin ban, they ban out the Esmeralda to force in a Freya ban, and then they banned away the carry just to let Pio choose their own demise, right? Because a lot of things are left open, and instantly we see a Grok lock in. Pio, you've got to lock in the Ascension here.
I just mentioned this too.
Just did.
And we see Leomod. I'm really looking forward to see Leomod right now because Leomod right now is such a big threat. If he gets his farm with his ultimate, he will be so fast. He will be so fast in getting the kills, getting his farm and everything. That's so good.
What answer could you potentially show for that Leomord? Leomord and show. I think so. This should be a 4vs lock.
I
You
don't know
lock in the
about Phobius,
Zetian.
but I really like Zetian. I also like to play Zetian against Leomord, and that's what I mentioned before. Zetian is
Nice.
also not a bad mid laner. He's also pretty good. But what exactly can you play against Leomord? Maybe Fredrin, I guess. Fredrin shouldn't be bad. And that's what we're seeing here, ladies and gentlemen.
Good call,
I
man.
just I just called it, and immediately there is the threat to them.
You want to get close? Sure. You want to fight close? Absolutely fine. We locked in the Fredrin instantly. And to answer that, Protocol Omega instantly locked in the Kimmy. Now, yes, you have the range to poke the Kimmy down. You've also got the Fredrin into the jungle, who can be annoying, but Kimmy can instantly kite around that dude. So I think so. This is a pretty nice answer from Protocol Omega. With the Way of the Dragon, you have got the Leo mod who can capitalize on that with that pick off. But also, I think so. You need to focus down a little bit onto that Claude. I do want to see him being banned out here.
Lord, yeah, for sure. I really need to say from the side of from this from the side of Gotzi, of the red side, they definitely need to ban Claude. Sorry, I forgot the team name. Because I think Claude could be very bad against them here. I think he could really make them some trouble. But I don't know. I really don't think that Claude is like hard to
Mm.
say. I mean he can be strong, but it could I mean they have Chu, they have Kimmy, they have Leomord. It's also pretty good, you know? So they also have enough to poke him down, to stun him. So I don't know if it would be that worth ban, you know.
I think again, you can actually ban on the Farsa too here if you think
I would
about it.
like to see a
Rather
Lapu
not the
ban.
Farsa.
I
No,
would
you've
like to
already got
see
the
Lapu or CC ban actually.
Lapu ban. Yeah, that would make sense too. Something that can dive, maybe a Yuzhong.
There
No,
it
it's a
is.
Lapu ban. Good call, Synchro. Good call.
And there's the CC pick.
Seems like everything that you've said is going to be happening here. I thought maybe this could also be the Yuzhong, just because with the Black Dragon form you can bait out the passive of the Zetian.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
true, but
CC is a pretty nice call too.
Yuzong against Fredrin? Nah, nah, nah. I don't think so.
Could have been a problem. Yeah, I agree. Pick up a Claude in the gold lane, man.
But Nex is picking up the Yuzong, which is actually pretty good because he can dive all of them actually. And the Claude pick, you just mentioned it. Maybe they're going to ban it. They didn't, and now we have also the
Yeah.
Claude pick.
Nitan? Hmm? Interesting call to go with the Nathan here. All right. I mean, they're kind of looking in for that late game scaling too. You got the Purifier to try and run away from that Black Dragon, but again, Yuzhong will be creating problems for you. But here's the thing. Now Yuzhong has two different targets. He can either hop in on Aqua on that Kimi, or he can hop in on the Nathan in the hands of Mia Ren. So I do like the idea of where this is going. And you've also got the range to probably kite around that Fredrin as well while bursting him down in that late game. So if this game goes too late, I think so I'm going to go down towards Protocol Omega. But if it's an early snowball, I think so you next can actually close this one out. What about you, Synchro?
Hard. I think actually it's hard because even in the late game with the Claude, with the Yuzong, I think Omega will have a problem because they can easily dive them out, even in the late game, and especially Claude in the late game. You know, he will one-shot Nathan and the Kimmy. So I think even in the late game, it will be a problem. I think here in this game, it relates more on how are they playing the macro and micro. I think that's much more important in this game as the draft.
I agree. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is the second semi-finals. Unix taking on Protocol Omega. And right in that first few seconds, in the first 10 to be specific, we saw Painkiller freezing the wave in his own favor. And I think so with that, Mia Rin is going to be the main guy who will have some problem. But look at how Protocol Omega are instantly trying to steal away that camp, forcing out the flicker as well from Painkiller. If not for the passive of Yukasa, this might have been a first blood and up on top as well. Protocol Omega are winning on every front right now.
Yeah, I need to say Omega definitely won the first wave. They definitely won the first minute. I mean, they took out Grog Flicker, they took out Zetian passive, they got the jungle creep off the enemy side. Pretty good. Pretty good. They did it so good, actually. I mean, that they baited out the Grog flicker. I don't know if he was AFK because he was just standing there. But Grog has no flicker now, especially not for the turtle. Even if he gets level 4 before the turtle spawns, he is not level 4. So he is not that big of a threat as he would have been with flicker.
Same goes for Mako as well on that huge chunk up top. He's being zoned out so very well by pursuing Paradise there on that CC. So things are looking problematic. Protocol Omega, this is their time to take control of the game, and that's exactly what
Oh,
they're doing. Hopping in as well with the Phantom Steed. They want to take down the first one. It's Painkiller falling, and instantly with that, they disengage. Miko can't do anything. Will go back to to their own farming routes. This is the big win for Protocol Omega in the first 3 minutes.
yeah, that's the first turtle already secured for Omega. If Omega keeps it up like this, I think this will be actually an easy win for them. I mean, they get everything. They get the XP creeps, they get the gold creeps, they get the turtle, they get the early advantage. Now they're going for the gank on the bot side. Okay, they won't. But we will see how it will end.
Well, out there in mid though, maybe not at the bottom lane. There we go with the Fury Phoenix hopping in. Phantom Steed to try and disengage along with the Traction Pulse to make something happen. Protocol Omega, they're trying to take the fights wherever they're getting it. But right now, all right, things turning around. Paradise losing onto his own 1v1 against Miko. That could be a room to work with.
Yeah, and it's already 1k gold lead. It's the same like in the last best of 3. One side always says like after 3 minutes 1k gold lead, and this will make it hard. Even if it's not much, but it's 1k gold lead already. And if they're keeping it up, if they're keeping up to play like this, if they're keeping up to get the objectives, the kills, the good engages, the camping, I think Unext will have a hard time over here.
I agree. Even right now, the main win condition now falls down onto Suli, onto that Claude. If he scales up pretty well, yeah, things are good and dandy. Otherwise, they'll be looking difficult. Godsey on that show needs to give those engages too.
But as you just say, if they rely on this Claude is like, I mean, he's a good marksman. He's very strong, probably one of the top tier marksmen right now. But his real potential comes out in the late game. So the question is, will they even be able to stay till the late game? Will they even be able to continue the game till the late game even comes, you know?
Absolutely. Hold on a second. Up top, though, this could be a pretty nice bait setup. Miko still going in with the Dragon Tail as well, with the way of the Dragon right on the wall. Petrify onto, doesn't matter. The damage is enough. And down bottom as well with the DHS now being picked up by Suli. He's dominating Mia Rain onto that Nathan. And I think this Nathan gold lane pick wasn't really the best. Also steals away the Go Crab with the Art of Thievery. Hold on. It's not yet over right now. Pursuing Paradise. Now wants to try and reposition. Hopping back in as well. The big tech charge and on the back of it, the Fury of the Phoenix trying to land it on 3 as they take down 1, but instant retaliation from the other side. Lager is not able to survive with the entropy from Mia Rain. He will now have to hop back as backline in Miko's hand is not good. Way of the Dragon by Godsey spins him down, and it's a 4-for-1 trade for Protocol Omega.
It's hard. It's hard to watch actually, because I don't know if you remember, but before the game started, I said it could be like a game on the same level, you know. But what we're seeing here right now is that Omega is playing it much better in micro and macro. They're using it also, their teamwork so much better. They're using their fights much better. They're using their composition very good. So I feel a bit sorry that I said it, but it's not looking like it's that they're playing on the same level, you know. It's like White Army against NM. It seems like Protocol Omega is the White Army and Unext is NM. It's like the same thing right now. It actually disappoints me a bit, because I think both teams are very good teams. I really need to say both teams have very good players. They all know how to play, but it seems like Omega is playing it much better.
Oh, and guess what? On the back of that, they could potentially take down this Claude as well for the second time. Big tech charge to stop them down. Fury Phoenix used up as well, but it doesn't matter. Mobility is a bit too much as it's A 2 for nothing. Make it 1 on the other side as well. 3 for none. It's Protocol Omega taking this game by a storm.
It's actually a bit hard to watch. Again, after 6 minutes, 5k gold lead, 6k gold lead actually. They got two turrets already out. The mid lane is still there, which is the most important turret. So it's pretty good that this turret is still alive. But the question is, for how long can they keep it up to survive this turret, to let it stay? That will be pretty hard to defend it for this long, especially because of the gold lead. And now what we're seeing, they get the next turtle, which also give them more gold advantage, which is almost already 7k gold lead. They can push the top side now. They get the second top turret, which is also pretty good. I mean, we're seeing it here. They playing it so much better as a team. They going in, they taking out the turrets, they playing for objectives, and that's so good. I need to give a huge shout out for Omega for playing this good in this game.
That to making a Nathan in the gold lane work. Yeah, that's the biggest one. I think some one of the
Yep.
main problem is the fact that there are 3 purifiers on their side. Unix are not able to make a play aggressively because they know that Purify can actually save their life. And with that, now maybe with the Fury of the Phoenix used up as well, Purify coming in by Mia Rin. He's going to be petrified as well by Miko. Nice chain CC there as Miko gets one. But with the way of the dragon maybe hopping in on the other side, they're trying to pin Laggard down, which will work perfectly out. Chasing the Yuzhong. You don't want to try and take this one, or maybe you do. Maybe you want to finish this dragon also that he never rises back up again. As Yukasa will try to run back to safety to try and survive. Painkiller gets one, but that is only a grog. It's a 3 for 11 difference.
Yeah, that's true. But we need to say Unix came a bit back with the gold. Before it was like a 7k gold lead, now it's only a 5k gold lead. So with this fight, they already came back a bit, which is completely good for them. I mean, in the late game, they have such a good chance, especially with the Cloud, with the Yuzong, with their front line. Because if we be honest, they have a Fredrin, they have a Grok, they have Yuzong. So in the late game, it will be pretty hard to get for their backline if Chu is not able to kick out the Cloud. So I really think if it comes to the late game, Unix will have a big problem. Not Unix, Omega will have a
Oh,
big problem.
yeah, right now, though, the bigger problem is on Miko as he's trying to run back to safety. Oh, lovely Guardian's barrier. Mia Rain almost being taken down, still survives, barely breathing. As now pursuing Paradise hops in, shuts down Yukasa. No passive to save his life there, while Hakuryu takes the Lord. This is massive. Even in a loss of Protocol Omega, they still win it out.
Not even did. It was a 4v5 fight while Leomord was on a lot, and still they were able in the fight 4v5 to get one out from each team. So they won the team fight 4v5, and that's pretty good. That seems here we can definitely see the goal difference, the play difference, the micro, the macro. That's a huge difference we can see over here.
Feather of Heaven
Uh,
completed, concentrated energy, and I'm pretty sure now Mia Rin is working for the Holy Crystal. No Radiant Armor picked up on the other side, but 2 of them being on the verge of being completed. So before the slot, they need to pick up those items. Otherwise, things are going to be pretty difficult. And also,
yeah,
they
and
need those anti-cuirasses. Hmm.
the Kimi also purchased now the Divine Glaive, which is pretty good, especially against the tanky team Unext has. So I think, and also the Holy Crystal now from the Nathan, I think the damage output they had before will now be increasing so much. I think it will be now a very huge problem for Unext.
Highly possible right now as the Phantom Steed was also used up. A big tech charge onto 3 with the Fury of the Phoenix used up, but it's still the Grog falling. No mountain too big, no boulder too strong for them to not pick it off as we are red though. On the other side, stepping in a bit too close to that dragon now with the blazing duet in the back. A massive shutdown. Suli takes down the Kimi, and with that, they should be able to take some gold back. Maybe they wait a bit more than they could chew. A double kill coming in with The Leo mod along with Joe make it a triple as well. No way, Yukasa is surviving that. How could you? Knows the
I
ins and out of this Leo.
I really love how the team fight is going from Unex is killing two enemies to Omega killing also enemies. You know, it's not like one team
Yeah,
fight
back and forth.
which one team win. It's one team wins the team fight, and the other team re-engages after and also win the team fight. It's actually pretty funny to see, not gonna lie.
I agree. I agree. It's actually pretty nice as well to see that competition hop back up by Unix too, because it's not a one-sided domination now. Protocol Omega will have to respect the damage that is coming out from Yukasa's poke, Mako's Dragon Tail, and Suli as well. The take charge is so very good. And on the back of it now, with the huge Young of the Black Dragon form in the back line, they now try to isolate Hakuryu. Oh, the big bong from Lagga is just enough. Double kill for Suli on that cloud. Make it a triple, make it a maniac. The only win condition for Unix is now working out perfectly for them, as Protocol Omega will have to run back, tail stuck in their back to try and survive.
I didn't see that coming. I only can say I didn't see it coming. And that was the flicker from Gotzi. I really think it was
Yeah,
very wasted flicker because he was alone. It was no one there who could kill this Zetian for him. So I actually think he should have spared the
exactly.
flicker for another time.
I mean, it's a pretty questionable decision. I do not disagree with you on that. I know. Even I was wondering, wait, why would you want to go with a flicker onto Yukasa? That too when the closest person who's gonna hop back is not going to be for the next 5 to 7 seconds. Yeah, tough call there. But on the back of it,
Yeah,
now the Lord has been taken up by you next. Synchro, do you think Protocol Omega can defend it?
they can, for sure they can. But I think it relates now on the engaging skills of Unext. If Unext is doing it very good and we see the Grog almost has his flicker back, so if he's doing it very well, they can end the game over here. But Claude decides to push on the bot lane, so I doesn't even think they try to go for the finish here. I just think they want to go for the push. And what we see now, Protocol Omega was the whole time in the gold lead, which now took by Unex. Unex is now in the gold lead, and that's pretty insane when we saw that Protocol Omega was 7 to 8k in the gold lead, which Unex were able to pay back from.
Wow. Hold on. Down bottom though, while we were discussing all of that and we were watching up top, Suli got a 1v1 kill against Mia
It's now
without
3v5.
using the blazing duet.
This could be the end.
This could very well be the end. Fraction Pulse catching on to two with the curtains call as well. They're just trying to hold them all down with the Winter Crown play. Everyone's being pushed back as well as Godzi has no flicker, but just enough sustain to survive through that poke. But man, yeah, pursuing Paradise. He's just trying to kite all around. No one's going to be going in for the chase as well because there are minions walking down in mid. You got Mia Rin all the way back up, so the lane pressure by up you next will lead them to all the way hop back. Good discipline from the boys in blue.
Yeah, very good off, definitely. I mean, Protocol was the whole game in the lead of everything. XP, gold, turrets, there was in every lead they could have. And now we see you next back in the gold lead, back in the turret lead, back in the XP lead. So basically, they took everything which Omega had. They took everything from them. And now it will be pretty hard. When we see you next was the whole time hold back into the base to defend and try to survive. But right now, what we see, Omega's hold back. They need to defend now. They are holding back because they know they can't engage like they did in the early game. And that's what you just mentioned. When Claude comes into the late game, he will be a very huge threat to the side of Omega. And that's what we're seeing here. He deals such good damage, he's taking out the kills, and he's doing everything he can to survive in this game and to make the damage in the game so his team can survive this tournament.
True. I think so. It's all going to fall down to how quickly can Mia Rin complete the Winter Crown, or rather the Wind of Nature, which is going on for last item. He already has the damage. He's got the Holy Crystal. He's also got the Divine Glaive. So that's the only thing that is left. And the Lord Dance should continue, but the longer it goes, the better it will be for you next. Oh, good amount of folk pursuing Paradise. Godzi trying to get himself ready with the Jeet Kundo for that knock up and maybe with the Way of the Dragon play, but none of that is being allowed. Suri can do this all the time. He can just take the Lord down to half HP, get the stacks up, continue doing that. So the slot dance is
Yeah,
going to work in their favor. 4v5 fight. Now, again, a taunt coming in. They want to lock them down quickly. How could you? Burst it down in a second as Godzi still tries to make something happen. None of that is going to matter. His immortality has been taken down, and so should be his life. They've stopped chasing him. He uses up the flicker as well to try and buy them some time, but Yukasa just knows where he is. He's a sneaky guy, but it doesn't matter.
but I need to say this outcome was predictable. CC on the top lane, so they knew it was a 4v5 fight, so they could easily stop doing the Lord and just going for the kills over there, which they did. They took immediately out the Fredrin and the Leomord. They went immediately for the jungler, they took him out. Then they got the Lord. Took now also out the Chu, and now it's a 4v5 situation again. And I'm not
Yeah.
thinking that Protocol can protect this. I don't
Yeah,
think,
this could
yeah.
be difficult. Oh, what a combo,
That's
what a
it.
petrify, what a tectonic charge. Everything being thrown except for the kitchen sink on Protocol Omega. A double for Aqua, but it doesn't matter because that's what Yukasa did on her own end too. Make it the game number one in favor of the side in blue. What a play. And especially what a comeback coming in from you next.
They did it so well. I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless for this game. I mean, I was speechless also in the last best of three, but right now they were losing the game and came back. That's why you should never surrender. You can always come back. You can play it better. You don't even
Yeah,
need to make the mistakes. I mean, if your enemy's making mistakes,
true.
you easily can use them to win the game. So never give up, guys. As you just saw, they were losing and now they took the win.
And that was a big one, right? It was all thanks to the plays coming in from the Claude. You had a good amount of dive with the Yu Jong as well as the Claude, and then you had the front line coming in from Fredrin. So it all worked out perfectly well in the end. And you could clearly see the tectonic charges that were being landed by the Grog. Oh my god, they were so insanely good.
Yeah, but I need to say I don't want to just put it on the Claude because Zetian also did so many good ultimates to stun to
I
help his
agree.
team. The damage of Claude, the damage of Zetian. If we see the Grok engages who are also pretty good, and in the late game also the Fredrin, also the Yuzong, they made such good plays. So yeah, I think it was just very good team play they did.
I
And now the
agree.
Zuxian bans. Yeah, I just as I said, Eve ban means Zuxian ban for sure. Do you think
Understandable. Again, the blue side. Hmm. Go
the
ahead.
cloud will be left open again?
I think so. It's going to be stolen away this time. Maybe Miarin wants to play it. It should be stolen away. If you're banning out a carry, you can't let other team pick up the Claude. If the Freya is also banned, which she is. So yeah, I don't think so. There is any other reason to leave that Claude open here. You ban out the carry. Freya's been taken care of. Should be a Valentina ban.
Yeah, but there's still pretty much things open, right? Sora is still open, Leomord is still open, and we saw Leomord is such a strong hero, even if they lose. Especially in the early game, with maybe a better team composition, he would have been much more useful, actually. The Grok is also still open. There's so many heroes still open, actually.
Yeah, interesting to see. They actually banned out the Sora themselves. So maybe they want to prioritize the Grok here, which you have rightfully mentioned. Godzi also likes to play that Grok a bit.
Or maybe they
And
just not
yeah, you
able to play a good Sora. This could be also possible.
that is true too.
I mean, not everyone can play every hero, you know?
I just like the fact how you next instantly kind of predicted the priority on the Grok with that Sora ban. So they banned it out itself on their end. Now that means Yeast and Shin, the only other good jungler left in, locked in instantly.
Yesachin, I really like the zero. I mean, you can play him on gold lane, you can play him on jungle, and that's something I didn't saw before the start of the season. People playing YSS on gold lane, which is actually pretty strong. So even if the enemy is trying to making a draft against them right now, they could still go for the YSS on the gold lane and swap it out.
One of those pocket strategies that work really well. Yes, I agree. The Lumod's going to be
Leo mode
secured in
again.
for Laga this time around. Yeah, again,
Yeah,
they're just sticking with what worked best for them.
that's again the Leo mode pick. Together with the Hylos, I think they have pretty much speed for engage right now. So actually, it will be a pretty good comp to be honest. And
Yeah, you
yeah,
slow with a glorious pathway, and then the CC with the Phantom Steed. That is actually a pretty good call there. But you mentioned it yourself, Synchro. A good pick against a Lumod is the Zatian and the Lock It In.
yeah, I see it pretty many times. I play it myself pretty many times. It's pretty good. I mean, even with his ultimate, when the Leomord is using his ultimate, it's not that useful, but the constant damage she's dealing, and she's dealing good damage, especially with the right items. She can burst these heroes down like nothing, and especially with his with her ultimate for the engage from his team, it's so good. You have such good CC with your team with the Zetian ultimate, and right now you. If we think about it, they have the YSS ultimate who gives vision. They have the Zetian ultimate who gives vision. So they have pretty many vision possibilities in this game.
Infinite vision glitch is what I normally call it. You drop in one ult, you know where everyone is. You drop in another ult, and you know where they are exactly, what they're trying to do, what their repositioning is. Yeah, that is a bit annoying to deal with. Even if it hops in up in the rank, this combination just annoys me. Granger being picked up by Suli. All right,
That's a
understandable. But I still feel there's a lot of kiting on the other side, so I don't know how easy it will
yeah.
be for him to land the Rhapsody.
I mean, we have CC, we have Zetian, and we have the YSS over here. And I need to say I think Granger isn't that strong anymore as he was in the last seasons in the past. So
Yeah, he's
I'm
gone.
wondering they could have gone for the Cloud over here because we see Zetian, we see YSS, which Cloud could easily burst down, with his ultimate. So maybe there would have been some better options for the side of Omega.
I was on the exact same route as well. I will concur with you. I think
I want to,
Claude would have just basically tripled down on the dive.
yeah. I just wanted to see. I want to see the Gato band from the side of next, but they wasn't going for it. But I don't know if the Genevere, if Genevere was such a worthy band over here, to be honest, because I doesn't like her on Rome, if I'm gonna be honest, and on XP lane or Gold lane, she can be strong, pretty strong, but I doesn't feel like it. I think there should have been like a few better ban options. I want
I
to see
think
the
so. They're
Eagle.
somehow forcing. Yeah, I think so. They're kind of somehow forcing the Gato on the side of PO. A Lucas in the hands of Miko is something that I never predicted, but I believe that EXP Lucas is what we're going to see now.
Blue Rome
A glue in the room?
might work out.
Well, I'm surprised.
Well, this game will be hard. I'm not gonna lie, they have Leomord and they have Lucas. In my opinion, right now, two of the strongest fighters in the game for engaging and dealing burst damage.
You lock it in the Faramis, and this is a GG draft from them. Faramis lock in, I'm pretty sure I'm going to call it. You next are winning this.
They just need to go for Faramis or Vexana, in my opinion. Because Glue will be useless. And I mean, now the Faramis, especially with the Leo ultimate, the Lucas ultimate, they both will become unkillable or almost unkillable. And I don't know if Omega has like the burst damage to burst these two heroes down, especially in a team fight. So I think it could be actually a huge problem for the side of Omega. Or what do you say to these drafts?
I'm gonna double down. Yeah, I agree. Omega is going to be struggling out there against them, man. Protocol Omega have locked in their draft to maybe force this series into the game number 3, people. But you next. They're looking hell bent. They want to end this one right here, right now. They do not want to go in that third game. They want this one to be a 2-0. Where that Farum is locked in at the very last slot. This could be that game where we see the second grand finalist in the ESEL mlbb Fast Cup, the Sunday evening semi-finals here. We hop in the land of dawn with you next. Onto the red side, Protocol Omega are the ones who are onto the blue. Don't get confused. See? Surprise.
I really don't like the glue pick. I really don't like it.
Yeah, I don't do. I don't like it either. It is tough. Out there in the mid lane as well. A bit of a poke coming in. Oh, pursuing Paradise, Godzi. Both of them are pretty low. They're just surviving barely out there. Godzi almost getting down for the first blood. Now, this Ghost Buster from Faramis is going to be so crucial.
Yeah, and again, we need to say again the enemy roam, like in the last game, immediately used the flicker within the first minute, which is not good. I mean, you should save your flicker. I mean, when you're playing the mid roam duel, you shouldn't let the enemies poke you like this, like they did right now. And I mean, it's a Faramis and the Hylos, so you should play safe. I mean, especially if you have Zetian on your mid lane, because Zetian, I mean, she doesn't need to be near to the minions to poke them down. So, in my opinion, there was no reason for Guotzi to get poked down this bad.
Again, how many options do you have with the glue to maybe run away? Especially when you've got the flicker with you. You have to burn it up.
Yeah,
They've
but
also forced down the.
yeah,
Mhm.
I agree with you. You need the flicker to come out, but you shouldn't have be in the situation this early with a glue
Oh,
to need to use
I
the flicker
agree.
to get
Yeah.
out. Because glue had Zetian on his side. Zetian easily takes out the minions without any problem, you
Oh,
know?
oh, a big breadfruit battle coming in out here. Hakuryu instantly wins it out as well. Mako left alone in the world, but so was the case with Godzi. They lose the turtle, but they still get a pick. Oh, up top. Up top.
Oh, he
Suli
got the blue.
barely surviving.
Yukasa, Yukasa stole the blue. Very good.
All right.
Faramis took out the blue. Why is this? So good.
Yeah, that's big problem now. That's big problem. You want the snowball in the hands of Yi Sun Shin, but that isn't happening here right now. It is going to be problematic. Down at the bottom as well, you're seeing Unix always having that advantage. Against the only lane where they're actually going to face some problem is going to be that gold lane, but that too only in the early on phases. You
Yeah, I
see
think in
those
the
level 4s, level 5s being hit up by Suli. He will have Death Sonata to poke down Mia Rin.
yeah, in the late game we need to say Granger in the late game is a menace. He can easily just spam his ultimate and you're dead. Everyone's dead.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's going to be tough, man. It is going to be tough. How many times I've said that already? Sound like a broken record at this point. Next turtle, 26 seconds. You've got a bit of time to work with. Level 4s, 5s already being hit. Godzi has got to hop back. Being bullied out of that one bush up in mid, which will give a bit of a river control back in the hands of you next, though. But Godzi is still being a bit more cheeky,
Passive
putting
out from
himself up in
Zetian,
that
very
new
good.
bush. Hmm.
And now we're seeing
Get that vision.
the positioning from the side of Unix is much better in this game here. They already got the position on the turtle, but I don't know what they're doing over there. I think that
Yeah,
Omega, yeah,
this could be big. Out here, Glorious Pathway being dropped as well. On the other side, you've got the Netherlands being popped up. Lager steals away the turtle instantly as Godzi barely survives. Not for long though, as Lucas chases him down to get that pick. Miko will not allow this glue to live. 2-0 on that kill. And they want to try and force the fight down bottom. Yo-Yo Blitz, but Law and Order stuns him in his place. And with that, make it a turtle +1.
I really need to say I think the glue took their draft a bit. Because glue, especially against the enemy teams, they have a Lucas who's a bit tanky, they have Hylos, they have the Faramis ultimate, they have a Leomord. So I actually don't know the use of the glue over here. I really think that this is a huge mistake from the side of Omega they did in this draft. They could have went for tanks like Tigreal, Gato, or whatever. Everything should have been better in this game than the glue, to be honest.
That could have kind of worked up as well. Maybe something to pick off the other side. Even a niche roam like a Kaja could have been
Yeah,
maybe workable.
I completely agree with you.
Better than a glue at least.
I mean, sure, glue can be
That's
strong,
tough.
but the only enemy hero which would be making sense to use ultimate on or to try to get would be the Granger, in my opinion, or maybe the Leomord.
Yep.
But everything else, I
Uh,
actually don't know.
oh, yeah, exactly. Out here though, up top, the big vision bloom coming in, and the mountain shocker as well as the Fury Phoenix. But it didn't matter. Tier 1 up top has been taken. You already have the vision of Hakuryu down bottom lane, and the top river has already been controlled by you next. Painkiller, yes, as much as he's soaking up that damage, but that is the job of a high loss. He's fine doing that. He's okay to do that.
That's true. But we need to say, not like at the last game. If we're watching for this game instead of the last
Miko,
game,
hold on, hold on, hold on. Miko wants to catch all of them. Phantom Steed being used up as well. Glow is on top of this. QB. All the Naruto fans, it's a shout out to you as Patrick tries to run away, but he's got nothing, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, no place to go. Between four people, he gets taken down. And the nine-tailed fox survives up top. A bit of an overextension. Miko getting picked off there. And the tier 1 being traded up top. This is a nice trade by Protocol Omega.
for sure, that's definitely a good trade. I mean, they got auto kill, they got the turret, which is completely fine. They they didn't waste the time like Unix chasing a glue. They used the time to get the turret, to get the kill, and that's pretty fine. But still, what I wanted to say, if we look for Unix in this game instead of the last game, where Unix got cooked in the early game completely, they're doing it so much better right now. They're doing such better teamwork in the early game already. They're playing more for the objectives, they're getting the objectives, they're playing more for the push, and they have so much more possibilities to do it as they had in the last game. In the last game, they relied too much on the late game. But right now, they have the early game, the mid game, and in my opinion, also the late game, if I'm not wrong. But I'm really excited to see how it will come out. Is Omega able to come back into this game? Is Omega able to use the glue somehow to make this game a win? Or how will be the game ended? I can't say it right now. I can't predict it actually. Because for me the glue is not a useful throw here. But maybe they have something in mind because they are not stupid players. They know what they're doing. So something must have been there which we are not seeing for the glue pick, I guess.
Maybe a plan which they might have cooked up, which you've rightfully mentioned. But again, if you have cooked up something, you have to show it right here and now. You don't have any other game left, so Protocol Omega need to understand that they need to be the aggressors. But if you do that, things are going to get problematic because that's what Miko wants. He wants you to chase him down so that he can then land in those basic attacks. Doesn't really want to go in with that range. The Lord Dance continues. Miko instantly tries to take one down as they see the Moskov all the way down bottom. Vengeance used up as well. The S30 connects in the mid of the fight. There will be the Moskov joining in. Miko is the first one to fall. Make it the second as Painkiller on the high lows. Can't go anywhere. Skiting coming in from Suli as he still tries to catch in one more, but it doesn't matter. A 2-for-1 trade. It's only Lager and Suli along with the Kassa remaining.
Omega got the Lord. I didn't expect it actually. I really need to say I didn't expect it, especially because the Moskov pushed the bot side. He came back to the Lord, went for the damage. They went all in. They know they need to get the Lord to get something. They need to know they need to get ahead, and that's what they did. They went in for the engage. They took out the kills. They took out the enemies. They got the Lord, and now maybe we're going to see the comeback of Omega. Maybe now their plan comes to an use.
Absolutely now because they are also trying to take control down in the bottom side. You next though.
I really would like to see how much gold this Moskov has right now. Because he's the whole time he's pushing. Yeah, he has much gold. He has very much gold. Same for the Granger. But if we see on the gameplay how the team of the side of Omega played, it's actually very much gold the Moskov has. He's pushing, taking the waves, going for the kills, and that's pretty good. And then we see the damage of the Moskov. Holy. I need to say I didn't expect it to come out like this now, but we need to say Unext went a bit on forgetting about the Moskov. They let him too much harm, and that's what we're seeing right now, because Moskov right now is a huge threat. And that's the... damn, Granger got took out, Leomord got took out, and that's huge advantage, guys. I mean, in the first minutes we thought Unex going to win, but right now Omega is coming back. They're taking out the turrets, taking out the kills, dealing the damage, especially the Moskov with Zetiam. Such a great combo. So if we're going for the previous game, it was the same. Omega was winning, but in the end, Unex was able to win this game. So maybe it will be the same here, especially when we're seeing for how tanky the late game can be, and especially the Granger in the late game.
True.
So
It's gonna be
I
tough,
hope we're
man.
going to see a great game.
I just have to say it's gonna be tough for Unix now to bring themselves back, right? Because one of the big things whenever you're playing against this Moscow is to make sure that he does not scale up. Mia Rin showed the potential on the Nathan in the previous one, now is on an even more comfortable pick of this Moscow here. And to be honest, the Moscow should not technically work that well. You have got the high loss on the other side, you've got the Faramis as well, and damn me, even Miko on the Lucas should be able to get on top of him. But none of that matters right now. The kiting is just so good with the CC, with the Moscow, with also the Yisun Shin. It's been going so very well, and guess what? They're gonna burst down the Lord instantly. They don't care. They see two people up top. They're like, yeah, it's a ghost sign. Double marksman, late game, all gung ho.
Yeah, for sure. Unex need to be able and somehow take out this Moskov, because this Moskov is their biggest problem right now. He deals such great damage, even against the tanky heroes. He's dealing such high damage, and that's pretty bad for them. He has 10k gold lead. He has such high gold. If we see it to the difference to Lucas, he has almost 5k more gold than the enemy Lucas. But that's what I just said.
Absolutely
He
nuts.
didn't even die one time. And
Yeah.
Unext focus on everyone except the gold laner, which they may should have. Because right now they see they didn't focus the gold laner. Gold laner has too much farm, and now the enemy gold laner is cooking them.
Wasn't really happy about this Grange pick as well early on though. But against the Moscow, I thought maybe there could be a chance, but yeah, not happening. Wind of Nature being picked up as well. So now you've got a lot more to work with. Fury Phoenix used up. No one gets stunned up. Phantom Steed in the front. You've got the glue as well. But damn well, he's down in the tower in the midst of it all. And the Ghostbusters instantly burst him down. Miko with a vengeance wants to try and chase Mia Rain, but it doesn't matter. The Spear of Misery and the dash away is just enough for him to try and create that gap.
The thing for me is what I just said. For me, the thing about Granger is he isn't that powerful as he was. And in my opinion, that's what we're
Yep.
seeing right now. Because he doesn't have the potential. I mean, in my opinion, he should be able to cook the Zetian, to cook the Granger, the,
Yeah.
to cook actually all of them. I mean, he has such high damage, but he's not having it as he should have, you know? And that's a huge problem right now for Unix, because they definitely doesn't have the damage they should have. Because Lucas, I mean, he's strong, same for the Leo mod, but throughout they picked the Faramis to counter out the glue. They may lag a bit on the stun, because they only have the Hylo stun. And that's one simple stun
Yeah.
which doesn't make like that much use, which they had with maybe, let's say a Phaser, let's say whatever, but something with a bit more crowd control, a bit more damage, a bit more stun, something to
Hmm.
see this Moskov, because they have nothing to stop this Moskov right now.
And by the time the Hylos tries to close in that gap, the Moscow is already free hitting everyone. So he's got the
Yeah,
Spear of Misery up. He can dash away as well. And the more basic attack he hits, the lesser the cooldown of his skill 1. So there's a lot of problems going on here. Painkiller prioritizing the Radiant Armor too, just to try and get that extra bit of sustain up. Especially against the Zatian. It's going to be problematic. Lord Pit, yet again controlled by Protocol Omega. You next now will
we
have to hop back in. Oh, a big stun. Mountain Shocker up on top. This is going to be a big problem out here. Phantom Steed used up. They're just trying to disrupt the formation, but 5 people up there in mid. That could be a problem. Because the rest of the members of Protocol Omega are pushing down onto that side lane. That's why Suli has now got to go back.
okay, but the most
No.
important question: do you really think that Unix still is possible to win this game?
I don't think so. It's gonna be difficult. The Kamehameha, or rather the Biju bomb, landed in between 5, but it doesn't matter. Yukasa, Netherrealm used up. Low HP onto the high low. Spear of Destruction connected. Mia Rain, with the Wind of Nature, is able to save his own life. Deny any kind of trade, and Protocol Omega will now take the Lord.
It's a hard game. It's a hard game. I really don't see the damage of the Granger right now. That's actually pretty sad because Unix played it so good in the early game, but that's the same thing in the last game. Right now, Unix played it good in the early game, but losing the late game. In the last game, Omega played it very good in the early game, but lost the last game, the late game. So, how will it come out? Because right now it's a 17-minute game. It's much longer than every single game we had today. And for me, I feel like they can def it. I feel like they can def it.
This should be the end. Yeah, I agree. But the only thing is the waves are not synchronized properly. On the bottom lane now, near Rain, a lovely bait. You've got nowhere to go on that high low curtain call, locking him down as well as Lager runs back to safety. The Lord out in the base. You've left Granger to take care of him. The Vengeance saving the life of Miko for a second, but it doesn't matter. The flicker, Mia Rain, he's just ending the game! And you can't do anything against the Moscow like that. What a way to force us to game number 3.
I'm really I really enjoy it that we get the third game now in this game. I really enjoy it because the last game, the last best of three was a bit boring because it were just two games, and I mean it's a best of three, so I really want to see a full best of three and not just two games, and that's what we're getting here, and I'm very happy about it. I mean, even if I didn't saw the outcome of this game because I actually thought that Next is going to win this game, Omega surprised me. They really did it so good. even though they lost the
Yeah,
early game. But next,
true.
we need to say they dropped out a bit the marksman from the side of Omega, which in the late game made them a huge problem, as we just saw. So maybe in the next game they're trying to focus more on the enemy gold laner instead of only for the XP laner. And yeah, let's hop into the last game and yeah.
You don't want to wait for a single second, right? You want to hop into that third game as quickly as possible. To be honest, I can't disagree, man. I'm matching your level of excitement here because we are hopping in the game number three, ladies and gentlemen. You next are now hopping back onto that blue side, while Protocol Omega are gonna be back in onto that red.
There's the Eve ban and now the Zuxin ban again.
Eve Jushin, Freya. That's the three predictions. And then you'd
I
potentially have either a
uh,
Valen or a Sora.
if we're going for predictions, yeah, I just wanted to say, Kerry, I'm going for Sora as well. The Freya, as you mentioned,
There's a
maybe
Freya.
not a Sora again, and maybe the Grok as well.
I think so. The Grok will be left open. Yeah, CC's been banned out.
I
Bit of
think
a respect being shown.
I think next got a bit a bit scared of CC.
Grok pick. It's a bit of a denial. CC ban is a good one with the respect. But now with the Sora being banned out, this should be a Grok pick. But again, you can also question for the Leo mod now, which should be logged in by the other side. Which are the two picks that you can go with? Can Kalia Leo mod? I think so. That's a good shout.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Yuzong is also still open. The lab was still open. Zetian.
Good deny. I think so. That's a good call to deny the Zetian on the other side. In the previous one, Yukasa was actually causing a lot of problems back in that game when he picked up the Zetian. What do you have to answer back? The Yi Sunshin in the jungle is what I see, along with something that is a bit mobile too. Maybe a Farsa. Eve has been banned out already, so Kimmy. I think so. Kimmy could be a good call. Oh, what? Okay.
Valentina, I actually don't know about it.
Valen Claude again. It's a comfort for Suli. In game one, the Claude worked well, but a Valentina, yeah, I don't know about that. The only good ultimate right now that she could steal is the Fury of the Phoenix.
The Phoenix. Oh man. Harith against Cloud. Okay, let's go for this. I right now I only see the Valentina pick for the Zetian actually. Hard. I still want to see a Lapu ban. I'm not gonna lie. A Lapu or Yuzong.
But do you think they would want to go ahead with the Lapu or Yujong ban, considering they've got the Valentina for themselves? And if either
Okay,
one of those two picks show up on the other side, yeah, the Valen could actually utilize it.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, they could both use the ultimate same time. Um, so none of the teams had to use actually. But still, I think Valentina isn't the best pick. Depends on what Omega is going to play now and pick. And there is again the Geneva ban. Geneva and Minotaur, we all know Guazzi's Minotaur. We saw him especially on Search for people who watched Search. He's a huge
Yep.
threat with it.
Yeah. And also, it's a pretty good disengage, to be honest, with what Grok wants to do, with what Claude wants to do. A Minotaur instantly disrupts you there with the Minoan Fury as well as the knockup from skill 1. You've also got that heal coming in, right? So that is a bit of a problem too, considering when anyone is low HP with the Flask of Oasis, the passive, and the heal, you can actually save the life of a lot of people. You called out on that Gwyn ban. It's pretty decent. Again, just to force them on an awkward jungle, but I think so. Baxia is still remaining. And maybe if you next want, they can actually lock in the Baxia.
Baxia. Yeah, I guess so. Baxia shouldn't be a bad pick. Besides Baxia, I need to say Zetiano's also a big threat to Baxia. So I don't know if it would be that. Okay, if they picking Khalid now, they got another good ultimate for Valentina actually.
I think Suikasa would still stick with the Fury of the Phoenix just to get the vision.
Yeah,
They
but
do have appeal.
yeah, but
Uh-huh.
the problem when you play Valentina against Zuxin, the cooldown on Valentina's ultimate when you copy Zetian's ultimate is very high, so you have a very huge cooldown. So I don't know if it makes that much sense, you know.
Just like this Barats.
But
I'm
I don't know when I
don't
saw him the last time playing Mobile Legends.
Yeah, I don't think so. This is a nice pick here. It's pretty slow in the jungle clear.
And
You
there,
don't
as you
have that
just mentioned,
fast-paced
there's the
gameplay.
Baxia.
Yep. We gave a call for it. Baxia in the jungle. Now that means. Yeah, no, we're not seeing the rank Mincetar, especially not with the Trinity. Maybe pick up an Esmeralda just to counter that Harith. Or a Phoveus. Yeah, there we go. A Phoveus.
You have such good game knowledge. Holy shit. Very good.
I could say the same for you, man.
But I'm really excited for the last pick. They need to pick an XP laner. What could they possibly go? Lapu still open. Esmeralda is also still open.
A
Geneviève's
brick
banned.
wall that can stop Claude. Yeah, Lapu is the only call. Good call there,
I would
man.
have liked him Terizla, not gonna lie. But I
Yeah,
think
that actually.
if you would have picked Terizla, I think you gave another good ultimate to Valentina.
Yeah, and things would have been problematic. And just imagine the penalty zone landing in, and with that, you also have the 4 versus bonks on top of you with the blazing duet, with the tech charge. Yeah, no, thank you.
But again, the most important question: which draft do you like more?
I don't know, man. For this one, I think so. You next, they've got a. With that Phobius pick, you next have got a slight bit of advantage. Harith will not have a free time. And now with the Raging Sandstorm, you've also given a good ultimate to Yukasa onto that Valentina. I think so. It is going to be you next. But Protocol Omega could potentially take this one home too, ladies and gentlemen, because they know how to bring themselves back. We're hopping into the land of dawn for one last time in the semi-finals. And yeah, hey, listen, Grok is clumsy, all right? Grok
Yeah,
is clumsy.
I just wanted to mention it that he missed one wave to freeze.
He tried his best. All right, concussive
I'm
blast.
very excited of the outcome of this game.
Waves cleared out. And here's the thing. Godzi on this Khalid should have the priority in the river. That's exactly what we're seeing. But again, the Shield of Unity coming in. Godzi seems to be in trouble. Flicker being used out as well as Yukasa wanted to catch him too. But Hakuryu.
That's again, I think in every game, Guotzi used the flicker after not even 1 minute.
At least they got it traded as well with Painkiller's Flicker now.
Yes, then this time they got it traded, which is very good.
To be honest, I was actually surprised why everyone is down at the bottom lane, considering the Litho Borderer was in the top side. But alright, Hakuryu took it.
Maybe they know something we don't know, that the Lito Wanderer isn't that useful anymore. I don't know.
I like that Bulbasaur.
Yeah, I really like my little Pokemon. They're trying to freeze, but it's impossible against Zetian actually.
She's got a humongous range on the skill one. I agree. Hold on. Maybe this time they can actually take down this Khalida. Oh, Godzi! A lovely Guardian's barrier by Painkiller. And a phenomenal follow-up. They instantly
Yeah, for
burst
sure.
him down, and now the Turtle Prio.
But that's what I mentioned, why it's so bad to use your flicker in the first minutes. You need to play much more safe in the early game, because he could have
Yeah.
survived.
Fury Phoenix used up already. It was Aqua for the first one. Yukasa answered back as well. 1v1, make it a pick. Lapu Lapu shutting down the Phobius. And now it is highly possible that we might potentially see next to maybe take this one. Oh, what a burst!
Such good
What
team play.
a burst with the blazing duet and the tech charge.
And she even used her flicker, so she died and still used the flicker.
That is problem. That is problem. But maybe though is the answer back up top. Pursuing Paradise gets pursued to Paradise. Not able to stay alive, and even he burnt up his flicker.
Yeah, again, both Zetian and the Lapu both died and using flicker, so both could have actually died without using flicker and now would have had their flicker left. Oh man, but they all tried to survive. I mean, I can't blame them. But it still, it looks again, this time it looks again in the early game for the side of Unix. But what we saw in the last two games, the team who had the early game always lost in the end. So we may see it here as well.
At least one good thing this time is that Unix also have got the Claude in their hands like the first game. So they will still have that late game priority. Plus the early game that they're getting is because of Baxia in the hands of Lagger. Up top is where he actually goes. Fury Phoenix used up as well to give them the vision for the disengage. And now you could see Godzi just being poked down a little bit more than the Grog.
Yeah. Oh, it's hard to decide in this game actually. I don't know what to say in this game. Because I really want the side of Omega to come back. But I feel with the draft of Unix, it will be pretty hard for the side of Omega to come back into this game. I mean, it's the second turn already for the next. And again, it's 2k gold lead, almost 3k. 2k, my bad. And that's actually, again, insane after 4 minutes. And I don't know how they want to make it up this fast, because they have the Claude, they have the Valentina, they have the Phobius. They have so much engaged this time. So much tankiness in this game.
And they've also got a good amount of scaling as well. Valentina will also deal a ton of damage in that late game with the skill 1, skill 2. And you've got the Claude blazing duet in the backline, Winter Crown, GG's. Good luck surviving that, not happening. And with the more dashes Mia Rin will use with the Chrono Dash, the better it will be for Miko, who will be playing around him in that fight. Oh my god, look at that damage.
I actually want to know how much cooldown this Valentina has on her ultimate now. I don't know if you can see it somehow, but that would be something that would be really interesting, because I know it's pretty high if you copy the ultimate of Zetian, but not exactly how high.
Let's see. Right now his ultimate is up, so you can probably go and copy it. Yeah, shows up. Down bot, Mia Ren again being forced to run back out of that fight just because Suli has been annoyingly good on this Claude, with the Demon Hunter sword being made up as the first item. Yet again, he's working in towards the golden stuff.
Cloud already with 4k gold. 1.5k gold lead against many of the enemies. If he continues farming like this, I think he will be the biggest threat in this game. I mean, Phobius as well, so strong. He makes, as we can see, he deals so much damage. He cooks these enemies down like nothing. But, wow, what a flicker. That was so good, actually.
Yeah, right at the last second as well to survive from the Infernal Plitude. On the back of it, Raging Sandstorm coming in. Painkiller catching the first one, though. How is Miko still staying alive at such an HP? This is just criminal as Aqua will fall. Painkiller with a double kill on a killing spree already on this Grog. You
Grok is
shouldn't
kill
have
stealing
let
every
him
kill.
pick up his favorite pick, yeah.
But I didn't expect the Phobos to survive this. Not gonna lie. I mean, he was so low, he got poked so much, but his. Nah. This hero is actually also very disgusting. If you know how to play it right, if you be able to play it good, and especially if the enemies have so much dashes, like they have the Khalid, they have the Lapu, they have the Harif, they have the Leomont, they have so much CC, so he gets so fast his ultimate every time is passive, and that's so good.
Oh, down towards the bottom lane. Look at the amount of regen in the HP from Suli. With just the blazing duet, he was able to tank in so much, and even now, after soaking up every single ultimate from the other side, including the Raging Sandstorm, he's still back to full. That is just diabolical at this point. What can you do if you're Protocol Omega? 5,000 gold behind as well.
Okay, what you're saying to this game already?
Unless Mia Ren actually gets a couple of picks and starts to snowball, I think so. We know where this is going.
Yeah, but that's something we said already in the last two games here, you know? And every single time we said it, the other team won the game.
This one looks tough though. That's the main thing I'm gonna say right now. This one looks actually pretty tough. There's not a good late game scaling. Mia Ren will have a good amount of damage on the Harith in the late game, but by that time Miko will have enough sustain to go in for the big infernal pursuits as well. Fury Phoenix used up, Raging Slashes to try and run back to safety with a flicker. You
Yeah,
next will bully their way towards the tier 2 of Protocol Omega.
it's 6k gold lead. They have the turret lead, they have everything. And that's what you say. This game already
Oh,
looks tough.
and right now, again with the Blazing Duet, they're almost catching them all off in that such a low position. It's a tough spot to be at. Again, that tectonic charge from Painkiller was impeccable. It's just that follow up needs a perfect time, and maybe they're gonna get those picks as well, which are for the players which are surviving with the skin of their teeth.
I really want to agree with you that this game is already over for Omega and Unix is going to win this, but as I learned in the last two games, I actually every time thought this game is already over, but every time the enemy team was able to come back into this game, no matter how bad it looked, you know? So that's the only thing that's holding me back right now from saying, okay, Unix has already won the game.
Just look at Miko. You look at
He's
this
doing
dude.
2v1.
Yeah, exactly. And he's
Oh,
still winning. While the
so...
rest of the members just obliterate everyone in the bottom lane. Painkiller with the tech charge sets things up. Suli with the blazing duet cleans things up.
Okay, I think I'm so confident enough right now to say this game is over. I mean, we see Phobius making 2v1 and, yeah, not even taking any damage. We see the Blazing Duet. Claude is pretty defeated already. So I don't know how Omega wanna survive this game or hold it back together and try to come into the late game. I don't know how they will manage to come in the late game. I think this game will be over within like the next 3, 4, 5 minutes.
I think so. It's an overstatement over 3 for 5 minutes. It's a 7,000 goal lead, and Lord is marching down up top. The tier 2 should fall. If in case they decide to fight, things will be problematic. Right now, they want to defend this tier 2. The bottom Holy Shield has been taken up as well. The Blazing Duet used up. Hakuryu. It's got to run back out of that range. And the Lord is now crashing in up top. Discipline from you next. They let the Lord crash from one side and they put the pressure on the other two lanes.
Oh, such good gameplay. I really missed watching and casting tournaments. There's always such good gameplay. Holy. We're seeing so many good plays over here, especially the Cloud right now. And that's every single game. The marksman in the end of the game was always the marksman the biggest threat. Which we saw with the Claude in the first game, we saw with the Moskov in the second game, and right now again with the Claude.
It's always the Claude. Your Claude, you win is probably what the mantra is for the team right now. A Holy Crystal being picked up for Mia Rain. I want to have a look at the itemizations as well right now. Godzi picking up the Chastis Pauldron will mean that at least he will have a bit of that lower attack speed effect on Suli. But apart from that, he can get that burst healing as well when now he's been facing, when now he'll face the rest of the members too. 55 seconds for Lord. Do they want to take a fight here? Oh, yeah, they do. They absolutely want to do a 5-man Fury Phoenix used up. A shutdown onto the Grok. Make it 2 as Suli falls. Overextension coming in and punished perfectly by Protocol Omega. Make it the 4th one too. There's nowhere to run as Lager will be taken out 30 seconds before the Lord. Protocol Omega make the comeback.
And that's see, that's why I didn't want to be too overconfident saying that they already won the game, because right now we saw the team fight winning from Omega, and maybe they can also secure the next lot, but we will see, because the team fight wasn't bad. But what I would have done in this game, in this team fight, I would have flickered immediately before even ultimating. I would have flickered with the second skill and then used my ultimate, because every one of the enemies were able to come out of the ultimate from Grok.
Yeah, that was a big one. And now, hold on a second, they're going to try and contest for the Lord as well, with the Retro being one on the other side. Still would mean Godzi is left alone on an island, so he's been taken down, and the minions are actually marching down in the base too. And guess what? They've got to clear this wave as quickly as possible. Hold on. Aqua's been caught. Passive has been used up. Fury of the Phoenix popped up as well with the blazing duet in the back line. Painkiller flickers forward to catch the first one. Maya Rain, Zaman Force running it back as the Winter Crown used by Claw to PMI out of the harm's way. Will not matter as pursuing Paradise will still chase him to the depths of hell, only to fall himself down to a 4v2. Leo wants to hop in, but you can't do the same thing when there's a Phobius up in front of you. Infernal Pursuit being used of the passive. Yes, it is good, but Mia Rain is better. As now Unix will finally retreat.
First of all, I want to give shoutouts to you for your fast casting. Not gonna lie, I could never speak so fast about everything what happened in this game.
My God, guess what? They don't want to give me a break right now as the Salmon Force been dropped in. They want to try and catch Painkiller with the passive being up. Would mean the immortality of Godzi will be popped out here as well. Phantom Steed onto Hakuryu. They want to take this tier 2 down. And the fun fact is, the Lord is still standing. Thank you so much for that synchro.
But look, as I just said, they can come back every single game. The team which was winning in the early game, in the end losing in the late game. And right now that's what we're seeing here as well again.
Yeah, the flicker now being forced out by Miko as well would mean the Grok left alone as it's an unstoppable for Mia Rain on this Harith in such a late game 15-minute mark is where you see this Harith getting alive.
I told you it's going to be like 4 or 5 minutes more.
I mean, all right, I'll be straight up. They overextended down towards the bottom tier 3.
I really think with the engage on the bot side, they lost the game. Or
yeah,
if
exactly.
they're still winning, they made their own game pretty much harder, you know? Because it wasn't a good engage. I mean, they could have done it, but the Grok should have played it much faster with the flicker. Because in the end, he hit maybe like 1 or 2 enemies very good with his ultimate, while the rest of the enemy team was able to get out with their dashes, the flicker, whatever.
The combo was good. It was just that they overestimated their abilities, is what I think.
Yes.
They or rather, they underestimated the damage Protocol Omega would have on their side, and they didn't have enough burst to burst them down instantly. So yeah, I kind of agree with your point too. That either Unix should have been quick on their feet, or they should have been patient. Now they're pretty quick. Went in with the Guardian's Barrier as well. Hakuryu's got nowhere to run, survive, pretty low in that HP as well. He will be taken down. Infernal Pursuit. Phobius with the bongs, still chasing them down. Pursuing Paradise will have to retreat back as Mia Rin's been taken care of. And
That's
it's
it.
only the Lapu remaining. Can
it's 25
this bravest...
it's 25 seconds left. till your
Yes,
motor spawning.
I don't think so. He'd be able to clear that minion wave up. I think so. It's still 12 to 15 seconds of the cooldown on his own. Ultimate goes into the immortality. He wants to try and catch those minions. Oh, he guides them towards mid. Blazing Duet used up. Immortality is going to be popped in as well. One cannon remaining. And that shall be enough as the crystal falls. And we have got a finalist in the form of you next.
While you're talking about finalists, quick information for everyone, guys. Um, White Army withdrew from the tournament, so basically, NM is going to take the spot in the final game. So actually, the lost team of the last best of three will take the spot in the final game against
And
next right now. But
yeah,
right now, we're going to make a short 10-minute break, guys. Yeah, we're going to see you guys later. Stay tuned and then enjoy the final games, guys.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are hopping back in out here on ESEL. We've got the Fast Cup loading here, and we've got the grand finals. Two teams ready to clash it out. In a best of three, you've got me, Scared Yet, and alongside me, you've got Synchro as well. My man, what are your expectations for this grand finals? Because as you rightfully mentioned, we are not having White Army in this finals. They had to back off because of a certain reason, so they withdrew from the tournament. So NM will be playing the grand finals.
So my expectations. I actually was hoping for White Army because we saw NM against White Army, which were pretty easy games for White Army. But maybe White Army is such a good team that it just seemed like such easy game. So I don't know the level or gameplay difference between White Army and Unix we see also playing right now, who is also in the finals. So maybe the game difference between White Army and Unix would be also like this huge that we see now like very decent gameplay on the same level, you know. But maybe it's the same difference between NM and Unix as it was against NM and White Army. So I'm
Mhm.
actually hoping to see a gameplay on the same level because it would be, I guess, more interesting like the last best of three. But anyways, it will be a good game, and I
Yeah.
just I just wish the best for both teams. And I think we already should start with the games. We see Unix versus Nizhny Lindsay NM.
That's
We
right.
decided to
NM.
call it NM because we don't know how to speak the name actually. So I hope you guys don't mind that we're saying NM.
Nizhny Lindsay is what I'm gonna try. I had to take that shot too. But yeah, Unix taking on NM. Um, I don't know, man. I think so I'm gonna lean in a bit more towards you next, given the performance that they have shown previously. But if in case NM were actually watching that game, they can try and maybe ban away the Claude or maybe steal it away early on just to deny that to Suli, and they might have a slight bit of an edge against them. So that could be something which they could potentially use up. But on the other side of the spectrum, you know that you next, this team really likes that control. This team likes that late game too. So they can try and maybe pick up a composition which is a little bit more towards that scaling end. Parsa ban, Joshin ban, same old story which we always talk about.
Yeah, in every game it was already the same. In every game, Eve got banned, and afterwards Zuxin got banned. No, in one game Eve was open actually, but Zuxin still got banned. Sorry, I got it wrong, guys. But yeah, it's like the same like almost always. The Valentina we also saw almost in the most games banned, so they can't leave heroes like Freya, like Sora, like Lucas, etc. open, which are heroes. If Valentina ults them, she will be a huge menace. She will be a huge threat for
Yep.
every enemy team. So Valentina is actually an understandable ban. And we also see right now the Freya ban. We all know what she is capable of doing, what how strong she can be. So it's definitely an understandable ban. The Grok as well. We see him with his ultimates. We see him with his engages and with his flicker. He's also such a good tank, so it's definitely understandable. Same for the carry. And I really don't think we also need to say every single time about every hero because these are the heroes that are banned like almost every game, especially five of them, almost banned every single time. So there is a reason why they all banned every single time. So let's not
Yeah.
keep talking about it too long.
Same old story. Prioritize the Yi Shin. Or maybe even the Sora, because Valentin has been banned out. Sora is left open. So yeah, they're actually gonna lock it in instantly. That means the Yu Jong should be coming on the other side along with the Yi Shin.
He's on Shin. I want to see the Leo mod. We saw him in the previous games, especially in the last best of three. We saw him in every single game. So I really want to see him here as well. But I don't know if Unix is. Yeah. As I just mentioned, there
Good
is the
call.
Leo mod.
Instantly logged in
Zetian.
as well.
Yeah, maybe also from Mikasa again, the Zetian pick could be also possible. I mean, Zetian is huge pick as well. We saw what she's able. And then you just said it in the last game. Kalea Leomord in the second pick.
It's a nice opening for them, for the Kalia.
I really
Yeah,
like
the
both.
Hylos.
I like both openings actually. We have Sora Hylos and YSS against Kalea Leomord right now. I it depends on what you're playing the Kalia with. You need a proper mage for the Kalia pick actually.
Lunox or a
So
Farsa.
yeah, Lunox Faza both be good.
Lunox
But
more
let's see.
so than a Farsa, considering there's Hylos on the other side, so Lunox can actually burst him down too.
Yeah, that's true.
I think they have to lock it in right now because if not, then it will be banned out in the next banning phase. And then you'd either have to go in with a Beatrix in the gold lane to actually get that burst. Yeah, they'll lock in the Yu Jong. Understandable. I did want to see them pick up the Yu Jong for themselves, but we'll see now. The next few bans.
Oh, what can we expect here from bans? Mm, Zetian could be a possible ban. Faza, Claude, maybe the CC, because we saw in the previous games also pretty many times the CC on the gold lane. It's actually hard to predict everything.
It is tough, I agree. Because here's the thing, every single thing that you ban will also lower your own hero pool. It's the
Yeah,
EXP lane, roamer, and the jungler logged in for both of these teams. Barring only one thing, that the Sora can actually be put up in the gold lane too. So that is one
that's the
flexibility that NM have.
that's the point you're saying right now, because both teams need their gold laner, both teams need their mid laner. So if they're banning mid laners, they will cook up their own hero pool. Same for the gold lanes.
Huh?
Leslie Barrett, yeah, okay, I just said it. I just said it. There will be the CC ban.
I mean, Leslie Van, what do they want to lock Claude instantly?
I don't know. See, the Leslie ban was unexpected. Let me say it like this. It was unexpected.
And then what? Pick in the mid lane, Vexana or an Aurora to maybe save the life of Yi Sunshin and the Claude? Or maybe something to set them up? It's kind of confusing as to, or rather, you know what? It's kind of unique what NM are actually trying to go with there.
Yeah, and that's something I mentioned as well. Faza is also banned.
Yeah,
I want to see the
this is a
Zetian pick.
Claude.
I want to see either Zetian or Lunox in this game.
Claude, lock in the Claude first. Claude goes on the other side, then it will be a problem.
The thing here with the Claude is I think this from the side of Nex, they have pretty much against the Claude, even if they wouldn't have picked it right now. Because even if he's playing with Purify, he can't purify Leomord, he can't purify Yuzong, and he can't purify Kalea at once. He has only one Purify. But here, as I also mentioned it, and you mentioned it, the Claude pick, I mentioned the Zetian pick. So what you're expecting for the gold lane of the side of NM?
They've kind of hit themselves in the foot. Lock in Lapu for the EXP, put the Sora in the gold.
This could be also possible, but I don't. They really will lack on damage then if they're going for this.
I don't think so. Harith is a really good option here, but alright, that's one thing they could have gone for. Farsa banned out. It's a Lunox insta lock. No way he's picking a god. Yeah, don't even think about it, Yukasa.
Don't underestimate God, my friend.
Against a high loss and a Sora? I think so. I will.
Yes,
You
that's
will.
completely true. I would play God even against this team. Nah, but I also think it will be the Lunox. There are not many other options left, actually. Or not like pretty good options.
Yep, that's a Lunox lock. Lunox Kalia, standard mid combination along with the Leo mod. You got the Claude and
Ooh,
Yujong for the dive in the back line. I like this composition. Good late game damage scaling with the Harith and the Yi Sun Shin. While you get a decent amount of frontlining with a high loss along with the Sora. So that's something NM could potentially play with alongside with the poke of the Zetian. So I like
yeah, but
both of these comps.
I need to
Mhm.
say I think it's a huge mistake of Zetian not to go for Purify here.
That, my friend, is a good point.
Because they have Kalia, they have Yuzong. I mean, your passive will easily be taken out either by Kalia, either by Leomord, either by Yuzong. They can take out your passive so fast. And if Kalia hits you one time, you don't have to purify, you're dead. As simple as that. So, in my
It could.
opinion, she should have gone with Purify over here.
I agree. This could be a big mistake or maybe a start of some big glory, ladies and gentlemen. We're hopping back into the grand finals of the ESEL Fast Cup. It is Unix taking on NM in this best of three grand finals in style.
What you predicting here?
Unix.
You predict for you next?
Yep.
Very good, okay. I like it.
What about you?
Mm, yeah, I need to say, especially because of the Purify and some other things, I also go for you next. Um, but and guys, before you guys wondering, NM is the left side and you next is the right side. So don't get confused by the titles on top. But yeah,
It's going to be again the Yujong winning down in the gold in the
yeah,
EXP lane, Claude winning in the gold lane. The mid lane should be a draw. Kalia Lunox should be able to take down those minions easily. Cosmic Fission
you
too.
s-
And here's
you
the
say
thing. Yeah, I know. Yeah, say it.
you
Say.
s-
I know you what you want to say.
you say it will be a draw in the mid lane.
Yeah, kind of because they're both gonna focus down on clearing the mid lane and then go back in the river, and that too on the opposite ends.
Yeah, but I think actually as soon as Lunox hits level 4, this Zetian will be a bit cooked.
100%. And Lunox has just hit level 4. Down in the mid now. You also have the Fury Phoenix available. Oh, look at the burst! You
I just
instantly
did it.
go in for the Darkening Ultimate now, and as soon as that happened, everyone's being zoned out from that turtle. Painkiller will have to run back to safety, but again, the Thunder form of Sora does not have enough damage to deal with. Yukasa takes him down to make it a 3 for none trade. And you next, instantly in a big advantage.
This is actually a bit hard to watch.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. Um, we didn't saw it because of the camera, but this YSS got completely took out in his own jungle by the Lunox.
I think so.
Imagine,
This is about it. You've got 3 kills in the hands of Yukasa. That genius one is going to be cooked up so soon.
yes, for sure. And we need to say already after 3 minutes, in the last previous games, it was always like 1k gold lead. Already it's 2k in this game. And that's what I just mentioned. As soon as this Lunox hits level 4 against a YSS, against this Zetian, she's cooking. She's completely cooking.
Level 4 reached as well for Painkiller. So now you're going to see those Tsunami Slam combinations. And as you
And
rightfully
if,
mentioned, the only purifier there is in the hands of Hidden Pool Casual.
yes,
GG's Naka. He's got to drop in the Glorious Pathway along with the Phoenix Fury to try and survive while everything's going to be healed back up instantly for Painkiller and
Yep.
Yukasa. And look at their invade.
But the problem is, they needed to use the Hylos ultimate, Hylos healing spell, the Zetian ultimate, too much move.
Oh, wow. Look at that burst. Oh, Celestia barely surviving with the skin of his teeth, though, but ain't the same thing for Zikriz. Being
Yeah, they
bursted down in
used
his own tower.
they used too much skills with too high cooldown reduction. So basically, they lost this team fight because they didn't have the Zetian ultimate, they didn't have the Hylos, and that was pretty huge for the side of Unext. And when we see for the gold difference, everyone is about like 500 gold in the gold lead, and that's already half an like one, yeah, it's already half an item almost, and that's pretty huge for the side of Unix. If we see going for 5 minutes, almost 4k gold lead, it's pretty insane.
On the back of that now.
Yeah, poor Harry for dying now.
Instantly. Yeah, they're gonna hop in. Hidden pool casual. Burst it down up in top. The tier 1 falls. They're getting their first items, but I don't think so. It matters right now because look at that Leo mod. He's bursting down. The high
Yeah,
loss.
you say it. They get
Had
the
to pop
first
in the
items right now.
revitalize.
You say it. They get the first items right now. Almost everyone of Unix got the first item at minute 3.
Yeah.
So
NM actually got their first few items right now. Oracle and all that stuff. It's 5.5 minutes into the game. They're pretty behind in farm.
I don't want to be too overconfident, but I think this game is already over.
Oh, what a burst! Look at that Yujong with the Black Dragon form now also wants to force in another ultimate. Guess what? Flicker by Eternal CC kept him alive in that one. But you can't say the same for the tier 1 in mid. That's a lot of map control in under 7 minutes of the game.
Yeah, they have 5k gold, 4k gold lead already. They got turret lead. They already got the mid lane turret, which is definitely the most important turret because of the vision. As soon as the mid lane turret falls, you have the whole map open, which gives you so much space into the map. And that's something that Unix already have. They got 3 turrets on every lane. They got 1 turret after 6 minutes, which is actually pretty impressive. They got the turtles. They got 5k gold lead almost. And I don't see a way for NM to come back into this game. Because if we're looking up to the fights, there is no possibility for them to survive.
That is very difficult as well, because if you think about the late game scaling too, as you mentioned it previously as well, Synchro, Claude is a beast. Gaza has completed the Genius Wand too. That's another turtle going in. It's a 1-7 difference, and with that blazing duet, make it a 1-8. Oh my god, Zikris didn't even have the time to go into his torrent form. That is the Claude with the BMI on their faces! Still managing to stay alive, and now has baited Hidden Pool out in the open. Painkiller barely running with it, and that's the execute on Yukasa. They're literally just throwing their lives away right now.
Yeah, but she got executed by the turret. So there is no execute. There is no execute gold for the Lunox. Oh man, they want.
Yeah, another one. That's a bit of an overconfident coming in from Suli, I'd have to say. Because it's not just him now. Another one is going to be falling in as well. Make it. Painkiller not surviving. Yujong wants to hop in alone. I don't think so. That is a good idea. There's a Sora up in front of you. And there we go. The Gatling gun of the Sloopy up on top of you. As Miko will fall. And every single one of them is going one by one. Celestia should not survive there as Naka gets the law and order up on top. Make it the second. No Chrono Fission. And Synchro Fission and Chrono Dash is available for that Harith. I kind of mixed both of them up there, but yeah, both of his skills were cooldown technically.
I don't know why they decided to go 1 by 1 in this fight. Because in a team fight, they would easily win. But they decided right now to go 1 by 1 and died 1 by 1. It wasn't like worth trade for them. Yeah, but that's something you should never be too overconfident. Because even if you're feeded like with 10k, you shouldn't be too overconfident. Because you shouldn't to be too overconfident. They have a Sora, they have Hylos, they have stun, they have damage. So especially as a squishy hero like Claude, you can't be too overconfident.
And this battle now being picked up by Celestia. That means an extra bit of damage for the true damage from that on that front line, but it doesn't matter. Lord has been instantly taken. It's a 6k gold lead already by Unext. They're gonna focus down on those tier 2s now as the minions march in bot. It's about the mid passive, to be honest. Mid passive needs to be kept up before this Lord hops in down at the bottom. There we go with the Tsunami Slam. You instantly burst down Zikriz. No
Oh,
more secondary front line coming in with the Blazing Duet as well, zoning out both the damage dealers. It's Naka out alone in the tier 2. And this high loss ain't a
disgusting.
unicorn. He's been taken care of as the Lord now makes his way in mid.
That was pretty disgusting, actually. Oh man, it's 8k gold lead, turret lead. They got the passive out on the bot side. Now the passive on the mid side. The Lord still get his passive out. I see black. I actually see black for NM.
Yeah, I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel as well. This is going to be tough. If anything, they'd have to wait for Unix to make the same mistake again and then capitalize on the back of it. Lightning Truncheon being picked up by Eternal CC. He will do a lot more damage now instead of just being a slight bit of poke and harass. That skill 1 is gonna hit you. So Suli as well as Yukasa would need to be a bit more careful around him.
Yeah, I think Unix will go for for freezing now. So basically, NM won't get any farm. They can't get back into the gold lead. It's almost 10k. They will secure the next lot easily. If NM tries to come out, try to get some farm, they will cook them up. And now Zetian's passive is out as well. So now the Kalia can also go for the Zetian as well. And if we see, the Kalia is still a flicker up. Lunox has a flicker. So basically, they can also end it over
Oh
here.
wow! Holy smokes! Hidden Pool overestimated his ability, or let's just say underestimated the burst damage of Claude. Another knock up on top as Zikriz will fall as well. Naka cannot tank up even with the revitalize. Blazing to it in the back line, and with that, it's a straightforward wipe out. You next. We'll be moving on to the next game pretty soon. They lose one, Painkiller, but he was just dancing around in the turret. And this should be it. The crystal should be taken care of. A lot of minions to take care of, and here we go. The first game for you next.
And just imagine, this is a final game, by the way. It's not like some qualification games. It's the final game right now. And this was such one-sided game. It was a 12-minute game. So we see the game difference between NM
Yep.
and Unix as well.
Man, this has not been a good game for them. You could see that Sora in the hands of Zikriz did not really work out at all. Tough day for him, I'd have to say. They were outdrafted in the draft itself, and then you clearly saw the rotations happening in game too. So quite a lot of things that they really need to work on. But let's see if they can fix it up before this game number 2. Because if this goes on, I think so Unix will easily close out the second one and become the champions of the ESEL FC.
Yeah, and M definitely needs to wake up in this game. I don't know what's going on with them right now, but they need to wake up. Maybe they need to drink energy or whatever. They need to wake up because it's not going for qualification, as I just mentioned. It's going to be the final. It's going to be the winner over here. It's not about winning one game and then you play tomorrow another one. No, right now you need to win. You need to win this game. You need to win this best of 3. So they need to wake up, come back into this game, and show us why they are here. Because there must be a reason why they're in the finals. There must be a reason why they came this far. So they need to wake up, show us what they got. And here again, we see the first ban is the Freya. Leomord. This is a respect ban from the side of the side of NM right now. They played against the Leomord and they said, I don't want to play against it again. So they just banned it.
Good one. But again, it's a pretty reactive draft if you think about it. Freya banned out first. Now with the carry, they're dictating the pace itself. Eve available, Jushin available. You've also got the Sora, Grok. You can keep the Sora aside for a while. The Grok has been taken care of. Should be an Eve and a Jushin trade, maybe.
Mm, I don't know. They could ban the Eve, then they force NM to ban the Zuxin. If they let Zuxin open, they can pick Zuxin. If they ban Zuxin, they can easily pick go for the Valentina first pick, so they can't pick the Sora. Or even if they pick the Sora, they can out counter her.
Yeah, it's an even Jushin trade. The Baxia is still available though, so that could be one thing. Maybe you'll lock in the Kalia early on, but if you do, that means you're giving a Gato on the other side. Gato Yisenshin. I think so. This should be a Yisenshin priority.
I prefer seeing the Valentina pick over here, actually, right now. They're going, okay. They're going for the Wise first pick.
Yeah, because you've got the Kalia to trade off for the Gato and vice versa. If you're thinking about the jungle, you normally have the Yisenshin and Leomord for the trade. Since one of them was banned out, the only other priority goes to the Grok. Grok banned out, it's straightforward Yisenshin. Yujong Yujong Gato.
And there it is, the Yuzong. All also played in the most games here.
Yujong Farsa. Understandable. I was thinking either Yujong Gato or a Yujong Farsa, so both of them pretty good. Farsa to have that extra bit of range since Eve has been banned out, but yeah, as you rightly mentioned, there's still a possibility of a Valentina being picked up here. And to be
I don't think
honest,
so. I don't think so
hmm,
anymore that they will go for the Valentina actually. Maybe for the Phase Ultimate, but now NM picked Yuzong, so they didn't went for the Sora, which they could have picked Valentina for. So here maybe we see the Zetian, maybe a Kimi. Lunox could be also pretty good actually again.
are you locking the
We will
Sora
see.
right now?
Are they going for the CC?
Good pick. I actually like it. It's a nice idea to lock in the CC. Could be in the gold lane, could be in the EXP lane. Still, you have the surprise factor, the flexibility which we talk about. Take a Gato now. I think so. This should be a Gato pick. Gato,
Okay.
Fred, and Claude. That would fit the draft pretty well. Yeah,
Okay, they
they're
went for the
locking the
Cloud.
Claude.
The question is, will it make any difference in their hand? Because I don't know, because in the games we saw from the side of NM right now, it were always like pretty one-sided games, no matter what they picked. I mean, the draft looks decent right now. It looks pretty good, but I don't know if it makes any difference about the micro and macro gameplay that Unix has probably much more experience with.
One good thing that I like about NM is the fact that they adapt on the fly. So they've instantly banned out the Lunox. And since I said that a Claude, Fredrin, and a Gato would be a good pick for NM, even Unix realized that. So they've instantly banned out the Fredrin. What could make a good combo? I think so. This is a good time to call ban out of Valen. Don't let them take the feathered airstrike at all. Force them on an awkward pick. Something along the lines of a Louis, maybe.
We saw the same mistake from the mid laner of NM now many times to play the Flicker, but as I just saw, she switched right now to Purify.
Good choice to keep
Lucas,
that purifier too.
Lucas and Soraban.
I don't know, man. Maybe Lucas jungle just to have a bit of tankiness. But you have the Baxia. That could have been a better shout here. Baxia can still be picked up. and he can be the playmaker for the team with the Shield of Unity.
Yeah, but I don't know about Bucks here. While the gold lane is still open and they have a CC in their team.
I don't think so. There should be a problem with that. Maybe they can go in for the Akai. But an Akai just becomes pretty chaotic when it comes to those team fights.
Yeah, that's the point,
Uh,
and you need to be.
Gwen jungle. It's so you
It's the first time that we're seeing a Suyu today.
unique, I must say.
Unique.
Unique choice considering you do need frontline for your team. There's a Farsa, there's a Claude. Yuzhong will dive in the enemy backline. So you need something that can protect the Farsa. You need something to play with the front to back. And something now needs to eat up the Selena stun too. Maybe a high loss is a good shout for them now.
They really picked the Selena. Selena and Shao. They have so many pick-off. If you think about it, they have a Chu, they have a Kalea, they have a Selena, they have 3 pick-off heroes who can easily pick off one of them.
Who will do the damage to the pick off though?
Ah man, you know what I would like to see here? A Tigreal.
Could be a nice shout.
Tigreal or
But I
either
think
Atlas. Not gonna lie.
yeah, I think so. I think so. Both of them could actually work, but they're gonna just simply lock down the Gato. See, I told you, the Claude, Gato, and the Fredrin. It's a good shout. The Fredrin was banned out, so they went in with the Suyu. I do like the draft coming in from the side of NM, but I still feel it's easier to execute what.
You don't like the draft of MN?
Yeah, I do like the draft of NM. I just feel it's easier to execute what Unext is bringing on the table. You pick one person off with any of the ultimate, you finish them off, and then you reposition. That's all.
Yeah, but the problem for Unix right now is, as we just mentioned, they have 2 complete pickoffs like Kalia and Chu. If they use the ultimate, they are not that useful as they can be. While the side of NM, they are useful either if they use the ultimates. I mean, in Yuzong can also be useful if they doesn't have this ultimate. Gato as well, Faza as well, Claude as well. For Chu, it's a bit hard actually, because Chu can easily get taken out if he has no ultimate. Same for the Kalea. I mean, she can heal a bit, but she doesn't. They doesn't have the use as they would have with the ultimate. You know.
Yep. So that's going to be something which now these teams will have to worry about, ladies and gentlemen, as we're hopping back into the land of Dawn potentially for the last time in this evening. As it's Unix who are on the blue side taking on NM who are on the red side. First blood almost. Oh my god. Even the region has been cancelled out. GG's. That's a 1 minion best. That's a level disadvantage
This will be
to a
more than one
Yuzhong.
minion waste. I'm pretty sure that this Yuzong will lose 1 or 2 more minions.
Yeah, the wave is frozen.
He's still level 1 while CC is level 2. She can easily kite him down now and freeze him.
And he's not getting level 4 before the turtle. Oh, hold on. Up and red. Lovely shutdown. Oh, first blood. Big one. Painkiller falls as well. That's them early 2 picks. You cannot underestimate the damage of a Suyu out there, especially at level 3. You next, making a few mistakes, which we saw them start to make in that previous game early on. Zekris just there, and Mako understanding that there could be a trap stays in the back.
It will be a hard game. Just based on the draft,
Oh,
I definitely go. I definitely go for the side of NM.
good burst down with that feathered airstrike from Eternal CC. Right before the turtle as well now as they take down the Miko on the bottom side out, but there's the re-engage, there's the retaliation. We have the dragon landing onto one as Zikris was the first one to fall. Eternal CC still surviving. Still have 3 people to take care of. Another abyssal arrow landing in, but it's only Naka. He will finally fall. Celestia is barely breathing. Another stun. The Purify used up, but still the trap was there. You've got to pick Hidden Pool, eventually taking down Painkiller for the second time in this fight. But look at the HP of 2 of the other people. With that trap, you knew exactly where they all went.
I think I think the only chance for Unix in this game is actually because of their probably more experience on the micro and macro. Because based from the draft, in my opinion, they're definitely going to lose. But the fact that they are more experienced, they have the tournament experience, they have more micro and macro experience and playing better on it. I think this could be the only thing
Oh,
that could save them right now.
nice play by Painkiller, I'd have to say, because if the third strike landed, this could have been GG's. Oh, lovely taunt. This was
Yeah, that was
definitely a Way of the Dragon by Suli on Eternal CC, but that one Unbreakable by Naka prevented that from happening.
that was definitely a great save by the Gato because he would definitely have kicked this Faza.
3-0 and 2, Eternal CC. He's got to build up that Genius Wand quickly. I think so. He's going in for the glowing wand for the first time.
Yeah, but just
to
look,
have that extra bit of
Eternal CC has already
anti-heal.
3 kills, and he was participating on 5 kills.
Yep. He's everywhere on this Farsa, including the positioning around this turtle. Now, again, oh, you've got a big pick off coming in. Celestia, yeah, no iframes for you, buddy. You've been bursted down instantly. Blazing to it, cancelled out. Painkiller still catches one. It's a 1-for-1, but a jungler for a roamer. Oh, make it a 2, probably. Revitalize popped up in the backline. Guess what? You have the Way of the Dragon purified up. Eternal CC will have to run back to safety. They're making a good use of that macro play, but Unix are just not able to capitalize on the back of it.
Yeah, for sure. As you just mentioned right now, they definitely have the great use of the macro they have, but I don't know if it's enough. And if you just see how fast they're rotating, how fast they're playing, it's pretty insane actually. Because even if the disadvantage of the draft, they know how to make it up. They know how to play with this draft, and that's pretty insane. Because if you look for the Selena, she's playing very good, even though she's getting out right now. But the
Yeah.
Selena stunts are on point. She hitting almost all of the stunts, and that's actually also pretty insane how they're playing, even with this draft.
So,
But I don't know.
to be honest, I like what NM are actually doing, as you rightfully mentioned. You like what they're cooking up, but Unix is the main team, which you pointed out rightly. You're liking what they're doing with this kind of draw. Purify used up, Blazing Duet as well into the turret, but the damage is just too much. Lager able to shut down that Claude. Those 2 previous picks were the main ones, which have now started to turn this fight a little bit more in favor of Unix now.
Yeah, they even got the first turret also. That's pretty good. And as we see,
that's an
in the early games,
vicious
NM
illusion.
was such in the goal.
Hold on.
Right now,
Celestia lucky to be alive, but an abyssal arrow landing in the back line. That's the pick. Yukasa instantly shutting down that Farsa. Makes it a double as Naka cannot sustain anything. All the while, the mid tier 1 was being taken down. And now with the Mountain Choker, they want to try and catch down the Yujong in the bottom lane. Tsunami Slam, Petrify. It's a big outplay by Zikriz. He will still fall, but not without consequences.
yeah, the turret on the bot lane will fall as well right now. As same again, all 3 turrets already fallen down for the side of NM. And that's a huge advantage again for the Unix because they have again the map vision open, they have the map open, so they got everything they need right now. They have the gold lead by 3k, they have the turret lead again, and they're playing it so well. From the micro and macro, they're playing it so good.
Looking at the items as well, the Cho going in for the Vorax and now with the Fury Hammer, just wants to go in with a bit more penetration to have enough damage to burst down the base, the squishier targets. And then he'll
Yeah, but
probably go in for that tanky build to try and sustain a bit more.
you know what I'm really missing out right now, what I'm not understanding? Um, the Kalia has built Oracle, so she heals up more HP. The problem
Yeah.
for the side of NM right now is no one even started to building anti-heal. And that
Yep, that is.
probably will be a huge problem for the side of NM right now. Because
I
the
agree.
the lives because the healing from Kalia, the healing from CC
Cool.
is very good.
Hold on. Hold on, Yukasa forced to flicker out of the harm's way as well. Still goes in for the landing out on another Abyssal Arrow as everyone's going to be changed. CC Painkiller for the first one to fall as the chase goes on now. But there we go, Yi Sun Shin. Oh, a massive stun onto three. Zikris will run back to safety as Celestia bursts him down. Massive play into that blazing duet. Brute force being picked up at me by Miko, but it doesn't matter as he's being chased down and taken out. On your face is where Eternal CC is as he shuts down Yukasa again. Finally, NM commanding the respect.
Yeah, it's the first time I'm seeing them playing very good. They, I don't know, maybe they drank the energy as I just said they should do. But right now they're playing very good. It's not even like they are that Unix is playing much better right now. And M is playing it so good right now. Even if we saw in the last game the huge difference between both these teams. But NM is playing it so well right now. There is almost no gold difference. There's like 500k, 500 gold, not 500k, would be a bit crazy. But they're doing it so good right now. And I'm actually really surprised and happy at the same time because in the last games we saw in M, they didn't have that much. Yeah, they didn't do so much, you know. But right now they're coming back into the game, and it's the first time it seems like they could win the game.
Only if they do not get caught up in the Tsunami Slam of Kalia or maybe the Way of the Dragon. And as soon as I mention it, this is the chain CC which I've been talking about, the Way of the Dragon into the Tsunami Slam of the AOGs there. It says the life of Zikris, and he's also getting the shard residue back to hop back into this fight. As in the meantime, Celestia was able to take one down. Stun landed, but there's just a lot of protection coming in. So you can't follow up on that Abyssal Arrow onto Hidden Pool, Casual, Lord out in the open. Naka trying to zone all of them off with the blazing duet in their faces. It's just enough. A double kill going on. Yukasa gets one. As Lager gets the second one as well. Alright, so that's two picks coming in for you. But Celestia just went for that chase. Would really not want to go like that. Especially not in front of Yukasa.
Yeah, that's true, but it's still no gold lead. Even though they made almost a team wipe, they got the Lord. It's still like only almost 1k, and that's actually pretty good for the side of Unix. Because even if they're losing the game right now, or the team fights right now, they still keep up with the farm. And in the late game, Selena can one-shot. Chu can one-shot. The CC makes good damage, YSS makes good damage. So even in the late game, they can be a very good threat against NM.
That big problem could definitely change the tide of this game right now. Zikris still alive, pretty low. He's baiting out hard the members of Next, and guess what? Eternal CC is capitalizing on the back of that. Instantly bursting down Suli too in that gold. Yeah, I think so that Cho gold lane is not working out for them, especially with that Vorax as the first item. Mid tier 2 will fall. You've still got
Yeah,
the
they could.
passers of the tower, so they should not fall. Lord's been cleared out as well by Lager.
The problem is, what I'm seeing here as well, they're missing the complete burst damage to the side of Unix. They missed the burst
Oh.
damage for the Gato and the Yuzon.
Oh, lovely stun onto Naka. Brought back into the tower by the Tsunami Slam and then just stunned up before he could do anything. Didn't even have the AOG to run out of that. Let's have a look at the items. Talk to me about it.
So basically, Faza still no anti-heal. I mean, I like her build, I build it as well. And Claude almost finished with the full Trinity build. that's pretty insane. Gato also no anti-heal. That's, I think, the only thing in the builds from the side of an anim I don't really like, because they don't have the anti-heal, which they definitely need. Shu with the Warwick's first item, I don't know about it, but for me everything seems fine right now. But we need to say both sides have no anti-heal. I mean, for the side of NM, anti-heal is not so related for Unix, because they only have like maybe the Gato with his anti-heal and a bit Suyu. Claude as well. Yeah, okay, my bad. They need anti-heal as well, but both
Yeah,
sides doesn't have anti-heal.
if anything, Unix really need to build up that anti-heal as quickly as possible because,
Yeah, true,
as
true.
you rightly mentioned,
I don't know. I think I need to drink an energy right now.
Blazing Duet Claude is a problem. Now another pick off, maybe. They want to try and catch another dude. Way of the Dragon. Holy smoke, Zekriz could
Yeah,
not
but do you
do a thing.
uh,
Three
do
chained
you
ultimates.
Yeah, but do you see the problem over here? They needed to use the Kalia ultimate and the Chu ultimate to kill one person. So
And
they
now
missing
they're all
these
out, left
ultimates.
alone in the open as well.
Yeah,
Celestia instantly bursting down one as they're being chased down by the rest of the members too. Tsunami Slam used up. Traceless not yet available. So that AOG landed rightly on Lager. He's being pushed back onto his own base as still the Lord is up and ready to be grabbed. Hold on. Naka actually able to taunt a couple of people with the Unbreakable, but he himself is low in that HP! And Hidden Pool will be shut down thanks to the knockup coming in from Lord. Celestia is trying to run away. And Yukasa will get a triple. Let it be in the hands of Lager. Lord is almost taken down, will finally be resetted as Zikriz will take care of Yukasa when it took everything except for the kitchen sink for that to be over. You next are making it as brawly as possible. It's only Zikriz remaining, who's trying to out-sustain everyone. And holy smokes, you don't want to fight this Yuzhong, especially not when you're getting knocked up like that. He's almost getting back to full HP.
especially if you have no anti-heal in both teams.
Especially
He
if
was,
you've got no anti-heals.
he was he was one shot and went back to full HP.
Exactly, but guess what? Now they had the way of the dragon. The feather airstrike coming in as well. Instantly burst him down. Lord taken up by Celestia. Make it a triple man trade. Hopping in. Lovely performance. Celestia still trying to survive. And the stun misses. Oh my goodness, look at that damage. You can't do anything. You're just a mage. How the heck did he still get that shutdown?
Hey, both teams got at the same time right now anti-heal.
It's funny business between them, that's all.
But I really like this Father build. She will go for the complete penetration of the enemy team. With this build in the late game, she will definitely be able to one-shot the YSS to kill this Selena out. I think the Chu and Kalia will be a bit more problematic, but it's still, they got such an advantage of the team. And I really need to say, I think this is a huge draft over here.
Obviously, I mean, Chow Golding, like, yeah, no.
But Chu Golden is actually playable. But the general team combo they have Selena, they have too many pickoff heroes they rely on. And that's like, in my opinion, a huge mistake.
I mean, to be honest, if it's working for them, then who are we to call it a mistake? They instantly get pick on 2. They're able to defend this Lord as well. Yes, it was not an evolved Lord, so it's still fine. It's the Halberds now being picked up by Lager. Queen's Wings picked up by Suli. Painkiller also getting his own items. Yeah, at this point now it feels the tides are turning back again. A 5v3 advantage. You still have got to worry about the Yu Jong with that Petrify though. He has been a game changer. Oh, hold on. Tsunami Slam fully baited out thanks to the Purify coming in from Eternal CC. So that Feather Airstrike will clear out those waves. But Mako still there. Oh, lovely dodge onto that stun by a slight margin. Nice sidestep by Zikris.
I actually saw that stun hitting. Oh man.
Yeah, it was.
But as we see, there is no goal difference right now. There's like very low goal difference at this time of the game. It doesn't make any more difference if it's like 1 or 2K, because everyone should have been already on like almost full build, so it doesn't rely that much more on this gold actually.
Oh,
But
there's a pick hopping in, but Tsunami Slam did not land on anyone. Lager left alone out in the world and eventually shut down. Celestia wants to take care of the rest of the members. AOG used up. Oh, a big yo-yo blades. But Celestia is easily able to kite around all of that. Suli is there, but again, he doesn't have enough damage onto this show to work with. How dare I say that? Instantly takes care of
whoa,
parts and a stun landed in. Long one too, but a flicker to save the life for Hidden Pool. Blazing to it, not yet available, so it's fine, but man, that BMI was clutch.
Selena so goated.
Yeah, they had to burn out the flicker as well to survive out there. But again, with the way of the dragon, you can try and cast this Claude. Pretty low in the HP is Zuli, who will try and run back to safety to full his HP back up. No one died in
I
that
don't.
one, except for
I
Eternal CC.
I actually don't know if it was item swap or if the Suyu just got at the last second his immortality, but he survived it with this immortality. He got at the second he died.
But Zikris this time around, eventually being taken out though with that. Celestia answers back thanks to the painkiller. Naka pretty low in that HP, so definitely tempting to shut him down. But in that meantime, you also lose Suli. This is getting even more difficult for the side of up next, or rather you next to work with. Holy freaking smokes! This game is so horrendous to be a backliner.
We almost hit the 20-minute mark. That's actually crazy. I think this is the longest, no, not the longest, but the second longest game today. But it's actually still,
Potentially,
I'm very surprised of this game. They always, one kills one, another one, the other team kills another one from the other one, and it's always almost the same amount of players still alive in the game from both sides, and that's something pretty insane.
this one lord is going to be crucial. Good pick coming in, and on the back of it now, you've got the Blazing Duet as well to try and go for the disengage. AOG dropped down, low HP in the back line. Immortalities are now going to be popped up as well on the other side, but everyone is A-okay.
Or it's hard to watch. It's actually hard to watch because it's like snowballing. They all snowballing each other.
Wow.
Holy, it's like watching a brawl game. I'm not gonna lie. There are
Because
so
of the
many
amount of fights that are going on. Yeah,
Yes,
I agree.
I don't know.
They're just running it down.
After like the first 10 minutes, they only started fighting after. But let's see. I think the Lord will make a huge advantage right now for the side of MM. Oh shoot!
It is
Very
an
good.
evolved lord. Oh, Rose Gold Meteor's passive. Celestia should be able to take down Suli now on that show. He's got nowhere to run, nowhere to survive, nowhere to escape. But good backup coming in. Lager was there along with Painkiller. So everyone just stopped in their own tracks. As now the Lord will try and march down in mid. You've got to have the arrows ready.
Revitalize out from Gato Kacha.
Pretty
Are they
early, I'd
able to
have to say,
defend this Lord?
because yeah, they should be able to, but the inhibitor should fall if their positioning is not good. But slowly and steadily, it seems like it's going to be a problem since Painkiller is down to half of his HP already. He will have to be a bit more careful. Another play by Yu Jong. There's the feather air strike, which we were talking about. Inhibitor has already been taken care of. Half HP onto that Lord as he will march down in base. AOG dodged up. Everyone targeting the Crystal, and they don't have anyone to defend that. It's going to be a knock-up coming in, but Naka! Oh! Just one more shot, and that is enough! We go
Gato the
game
goat.
number 3.
Gato for the MVP. Holy crap! That he were able to finish this is so insane.
Holy
Wow, that was such a great game. That's what I want to see. Such games. These are exactly the games I want to see and cast about.
Massive is all I'll say.
Do you want to
Especially
talk
that
about?
rose gold
Do you want to
meteor.
talk about the blade armor from Gato right now in this game?
I mean, yeah, understandable. Again, the Yi and Shin will hit you those basic attacks. Selena will hop in with the enhanced basic attacks. So it's more about the Yi and Shin though, and reducing that crit chance. Everything else seemed pretty nice and pretty on point. So all of that was cool. Now, oh yeah, on the back of it, you push it to game number 3. This is the grand finals that we wanted. Everything was a clean sweep, but that ain't happening out here. And this could be anyone's game. And I agree, Mio or Synchro. It is the draft diff that came in.
Yeah, I actually think that could have possibly won this game if they had another draft. But they decided to go for such a draft, which, in my opinion, they did it well with this draft. They didn't play it
Hmm.
bad for this draft, as we saw, because it was a very long game. It was like 20-minute game. But I
True.
think actually, if they would have had like a proper draft, I think this game would have been over easier for the side of you next.
Maybe. I mean, again, that's something that's going to be left in for the next time now, or rather, at least for the game number 3, considering what has happened here. We'll have to. I kind of still want to talk a bit more about the builds of the previous one, but you know what? We're going to keep this all aside as the game number 3's draft begins now.
Yeah, let's go. The last game of today, guys. Now it's not going about, okay, let's play for fun, maybe we can win this game. This is the final game into the finals. So this game is about who takes it all, who takes the spot as the winner of this tournament. So both teams need to drink an energy, use the time, give a goodbye kiss for a family or whatever. They need to get this good luck to win this last game. And I really want to see them both playing like it's everything depends on winning this game right now. Because after you winning this game, you're the champion of this tournament right now. So I hopefully see another game like the game we just saw. Because this was an insane gameplay. It wasn't just insane gameplay, it was insane to watch. It was intense to
Mhm.
watch. So I really hope that we would see another game like this.
With the Eve Jushin trade off, I think so. We're probably going to go back onto that same track 50-50 ban. Maybe now the Freya. You've got the Sora, probably, if you want to. Maybe the Valentina. Do you think the Kalia is ban worthy though?
I don't think so. I mean, Kalia is a good hero for sure, but you can outplay her. You can outplay her pretty good. You can draft against her, so I don't think that she is like a hero like a Grok or something like this, which you don't want to face because one fast hand from a Grok and your whole team is dead. For Kalia, it isn't like this. I mean, sure you can make these pickoffs, but after she's useless in this point, so I doesn't feel like it's worth to ban Kalia.
Probably changing some stuff up then.
Yeah, but it's the
Maybe.
same. It's the same buns like always. Just
Oh,
beside that.
Yisun Shin.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention it.
Now they're kind of forced to ban out the Leo mod because if not, then Leo will be the prio jungler.
Oh, and I think, yeah, that's what I just wanted to say. It's of their side. Oh, but they got Grok. Unix got Grok. And now I already like the draft from Unix. They already got two proper heroes in their team, which I definitely prefer than the draft from the last game.
Bait the Leo mod, pick up the Grok along with the Yu Jong, so you deny not just a good EXP laner, but also the Farsa on the other side. Because that's going to be nightmare for her in if in any case she gets picked up on that end. But what else are you going to go with? Kalia Farsa or a Kalia Lunox, maybe?
First of all, the Claude, for sure. I mean, we saw, especially in the last games, every time they picked Claude, Claude was so insanely strong, and the Zetian as well. But I
I
don't know
don't
if
know
it's enough
about
against
this.
Unext, because even with a much more worse draft, Unext was able to stood up against them, and that's pretty good. They stood up very good against them. So, oh, they have a
I
very
don't
strong
know
front.
about the Fred, to be honest.
I
Hmm.
just want to say they have a very strong front. They need a proper mid laner now, like Lunox. I really want to see Lunox, because Lunox with this front could be pretty strong actually. Maybe a Kimmy. It depends on what NM is going to ban now. It really relays on what they're banning. Maybe Marksman, Moskov,
Yeah,
maybe.
target the goal lane. Ban out the Harith first, and I don't know about Moscow, to be honest. Since it's a Fred, it's definitely a hyper carry or rather a full carry marksman on the other side. So you ban out the Harith, they take away the Lunox as well in the mid lane, just to make sure that there's not a lot of problems for the Zatian. Granger could
Yeah,
also
but
be a pick, but I don't think so. I don't
nah,
really
nah, nah.
like Granger particularly.
I don't think Granger. I think they need someone who can burst them down immediately when Yuzon, Grok, and Fredrin are going for engage. Oh,
The Harith is the only thing which I'm thinking right now. It pairs up really well. But the ban out the Leslie, maybe that's one of the comfort pick of Suli.
could be possible. Could be possible. I was already wondering why they're banning Leslie the whole time because it's the first time we're seeing the Leslie ban today.
Or the comfort pick of Suli, maybe something that happened previously in this event, but on the back of it, you still have the Nathan.
I
We
need to
did
say Nathan.
see.
I think
Uh
Nathan
huh.
is a very good pick over here actually. Because with
It is
Nathan
kind of that.
you have
Yeah,
with
it's that front
Nathan
two
such a high
back.
damage output. You know, you can burst down enemies so quickly. Especially you have a Fredrin who can tank for you. You have a Grok who is going for engaging for you, and you have a Yuzong who's engaging for you.
Pick a Khalid. Pick a Khalid here, and this could be a pretty nice draw for the side of NM. You have a
Yeah,
quad dive with Zatian trying to kite.
they definitely need to get the Nathan out. If they don't pick off the Nathan and let Nathan farm, he will be very very
Hmm.
big threat to the side of an M.
Lock in a Badang though. Alright, to be honest, I kind of understand. Kind of fits the bill too, but it's not as good as how good the Khalid would have been in this case. But it's fine. Maybe the comfort of
I
Naka coming
actually
in,
think,
like
actually,
Yukasa.
I actually need to say, I think Khalid would have been very bad for the side of an M. Actually,
Yeah, because of the disruption on his Raging Sandstorm, or rather on his Quicksand Guard.
not even this, but they are the side of Unix is so tanky. They have so much to stun him, so he can't even heal himself up.
Yeah, exactly. I was just thinking
So the
about dive and playmaking capabilities rather than just trying and sitting and sustaining. So
Yukasa is
whenever
my boy. He's picking my
he
god.
looks in the god in this kind of composition where four people will dive on top of him, he either dominates the entire field with a god, or this is going to be the worst pick in the entire BO5.
You say it very easy with this kind of dive, but you need to remember what kind of protection the Scott and Nathan have. They have a Fredrin, they have a Yuzong, and they have a Grok. If they're playing it well, there is no one who can even get to the Scott.
True. This is going to be a big one, ladies and gentlemen, as again it is the grand finals of the ESEL Fast Cup mlbb. Out here we are watching Unix taking on NM in this grand finals. They're out here getting ready for this one last time to hop in the land of dawn as we now move in. NM on the red, taking on you next on the NM on the blue, taking on you next on the red. And with that, the winner takes it all.
Yeah, but if, now for the most important question: who do you think will take this win?
It is a tough one, but just based on the draft, yeah, I think so. I'm gonna go with NM.
Okay, I bet against you. I go for you next.
Sounds like everything's gonna be a 50-50. Maybe not out
This,
there in the bottom lane. Yeah, Zikris, you will have to go back. Mikon, the Yuzhong will take you down if there are no minions around. So that is a tough
yeah,
trade which you have to accept. Down in the mid lane, though, this could be a big pick. The damage from God. Flicker used up by Eternal CC. He will have to run back to safety just to
it's
draw
not even the
dodge that
flicker.
Mystic Void.
It's the passive and the flicker, and that's very good. That's also a huge win for the side of Unix because within the first minute they were able to take out the flicker and the passive of Zetian, which is a huge advantage for them.
This next turtle out there in the next 20 seconds will be the priority. Whoever gets
Very
this
good.
will have a big advantage. And down in the bot, Mako takes that first blood against Zikriz. It will give them the advantage over towards that turtle pit, and they're ready to take down them in the rotations too. Flicker used up by Naka. Even though Laga was there, he had the Appraiser's Wrath ready, did not decide to use it. Up top as well, man, I knew Nathan would lose, but not in such a manner.
Yeah, but for sure he will lose against 2v5.
Yeah, it's almost done. Turtle being secured as well. You're gonna get that extra bit of shield too. And no problems coming in. Naka out in the open. You will be taken down. The play was being made by NM over towards the top, but all of that has been figured out, and now on the back of it, you next want to steal
Oh,
away
I
the
think this
purple as
Lumot will have a.
well. Yeah, Celestia dropping it a bit too deep, but will have to hop back. The purple has been taken, and the small camp was left alone. So again, the spawn time is gonna be changed a bit.
It's not even that. The Lumot took the blue. Not my bad. Fredrin took the blue of Lumot. So Lumot is also again with lower farm. Doesn't have his blue buff right now. So again, a win for the side of Unext in this game. Oh, but I need to say I really like the gold pick right now. He's doing such a great job as we just saw. In the early game, he were able to take the flicker out of the Zetian. He were able to take down the Badang. So I don't know what else we should say. I mean, Grok may shouldn't be like that bad pick.
It is actually it should be a pretty nice one there though, but a big one coming in. Naka has been shut down, and then again, the faster they try to go in for that vision, the faster they actually lose their life. Yukasa, no one is able to reach her or him. Celestia, the only person who can actually use the Phantom Steel and do something, but none of them is being allowed. All the time, his frontliners are down. They cannot peel for him.
I think this will be a very tough game for the side of NM. Oh man, I actually think this will be a tough time. They're trying to switch the whole time while Unix is doing the Lord with
Oh,
its
big one.
Lord double. They're trying
Yeah,
to
GG's.
get out.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. No freaking way. Sully almost outplayed the entire team now. Has baited them so hard with the Mystic Gush used up too. You got nothing left. Another flicker being baited out. And that's a tech charge off his life. Painkiller with that combo shuts down, takes two. And well, for one, they take four.
I mean, Unix. or NM did a great job. They tried to trade for the turtle. They Unex get for the turtle. They tried to trade on the top side for the gold lane, but they did it well. But afterwards, what we just saw, Unex went in and traded again back. So it's actually pretty insane, and that's what we see here. After Unex decided to make a good draft, they went back. They were showing us the same gameplay they did in the first game, and that's pretty insane. But let's
Patience
see
is
if,
what they need.
yeah, for sure. But let's see if NM is able to keep it up and is able to take the second win for them.
It's going to be difficult
Because
as around 3.5k to 3.7k goal lead in favor of Yonex right now. Things are looking tough. And
yeah,
man,
and
Yukasa, there's no one to actually catch up to Yukasa, so he's just free hitting the Mystic Gush on everyone. Another fight out in mid though. Thorn of Ruin almost being connected down. There's the Blazing Duet being popped in to catch one. But the knocker from the Yujong almost there. Will get the shower residue back just enough and make it two with the Dragon Tail along with the Guardian's Barrier. It's a two
it's
for
actually,
one every single time. It is Unix on a positive trade.
yeah, that's what I just wanted to mention. Even if NM is able to do something good, Unex came back and make it much better for them. So they work something out to get much more effort out of the actions from NM than MN does themselves. Oh man, it's already 5k gold lead again. Again, the turrets already always
Yeah.
on the side of this of Unix, and that's pretty good. We see the turret push. I mean, Claude, sure. Oh man, that was so close.
Almost
Yeah,
catching him onto that recall as well though. Good idea, good awareness about the map. But again, how are
but
you
I
gonna
don't.
try and run away from the zone coming in from God?
Yeah, that's a good question because they don't have the proper front line, in my opinion. Because Badang, sure, okay, he can do something, but he's not the proper front line. And just look how easily he gets bursted down. And if if we're going to see a god full build, he will burst down these enemies so fast. Even the Alice.
That's why I don't really like Badang, right? Apart from Flicker, you do not have anything 0, 5, and 1 on this pick. It is just
Yeah,
tough. The only
yeah,
reason
for sure.
why and we're actually even surviving a bit of this is because of that side lane pressure that's constantly been hopping in from that Yu Jong down bot. Or rather, not the Yu Jong, by Zekris down bot. That's again the second tower that they've taken right now. Golden Staff being picked up by Hidden Pool. So that's going to be maybe a little bit of a ray of hope, which we always talk about. Maybe that can actually give something back to the members of NM to maybe fight for, but he's still one item away from Trinity. And you can keep on talking about that. It still will be the big win for you next. 1-for-1 trade though, which instantly turns in a 2-for-1. Yet again, they get the bottom tier 2 after that win.
Yeah, they will probably get the second mid turret now as well. I don't think they can def it, and with if they're doing it good, they can also get taken out the passive very quickly. Ah, okay, but the
Just
minion
making
don't want
sure.
to.
Yeah, just right at this. Right at the yes, Blazing Duet up on top. Laga is just gonna stop it in midway. Now there's the Black Dragon up on top of you, but he's going in on the Badang. He's going in on Naka. That's not really the best. Bonk being used up, but no one being caught in between of it. So not a lot of HP being regen by Laga as Naka runs back to safety. Thorn of Ruin onto two. Doesn't matter. Meat Tectonic Charge was there. And with that, you get a 3-4, what, one or maybe two trade. Make it there's two people. One of them was able to recall back to the base as well. Naka now pretty low in the HP. Wants to go in yet again for the fist crack. Flickered out of the harm's way. Bottom tier 2 falls. Yujong should be taken down. Yeah, he dived in a bit too deep.
He had MS, 200 MS. Now, but I really want to appreciate the damage of the god. He's doing such a good job. Yukasa, huge shoutouts. He's doing such high damage output, and that's so good. He's standing there like nothing. He's not even scared that they will engage on him.
because he's basically had the flicker for
Did you
almost the entirety
did you
of the
saw
game.
how fast the second skill bursted down? This
That's
look how
that's
much
again
damage.
that's the true damage instantly being taken care of. Slight bit of an out positioning, which was punished instantly by the side of
Yeah,
NM as the Lord now marching down bottom. Lager has to go back. Was a little bit too close to his death.
we need to say this could be again a mistake from the side of Unix, which could cost them the game, because they don't have the mid laner now. Because so the Lord won't have the use he could have had, because there is no one who can, yeah, burst down. So burst the or like zone out the enemies like that good as a god can, because a god can easily kill the enemies.
Yeah,
A grok can't.
can give you the setups down
They
bot.
didn't even got one
And
inhibitor.
yeah, again, the waves were not synchronized properly, so that is a bit of a trouble. You cannot underestimate the wave clearance coming in on the other side, though. Blazing that. Hold
Oh,
on a second. Did not even matter right now. Thorno throwing on to three people. That's a double kill already by this Nathan. And a big tech charge. Make it a maniac. Third one that we've seen in this evening. And this time it's you next, Suli. Impeccable performance on the back of it. They really want to end this game right now. Just one cannon minion. Give this dude a salvage. What a way to end things out and live the trophy in this grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together. It is you next, the champions of ESEL Fast Cup.
huge shoutouts to Unix, especially to the stranger, yeah, to this to this Nathan right now for the Savage. But that's what I mentioned. The Nathan in this comp was such a great pick. He did it so well.
Yep.
He played it out so good. And in general, his team, Unix, they did such good team play. They made the right decisions, even though the gods in the last Lord fight was a bit out of position and got taken out. But in general, they did such great teamwork. They played so well together. So huge shout outs to the team.
True.
Huge shout outs to, in general, to all teams who tried to show their best, who tried to show themselves on the stage. So
True.
shout outs to everyone who played today. I'm very grateful for everyone who was competing here, which I can cast it. So thank you all of you, and huge congratulations to you next for the win of the tournament.
Again, big one. And on the other side, ladies and gentlemen, just make sure that you guys are following, subscribing, and also keeping up with all the updates from ESEL because we have fast cups on every single Sunday. Do not miss out on those weekends, especially the Sunday. Participate with your boys, and maybe next time it is your team that would be playing in the grand finals. Again, a big congratulations to you next and also to NM for coming second in this entire event. We will catch you guys off on the next weekend, next Sunday. Make sure that you join us at the same time. Till then, this is me, Scared Yet, and alongside me we had Synchro. We're going to be signing off. Bye bye. Good night.